X card. As a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports Network, Capital One wants to bring you closer to the athletes you love. Literally, with premium travel benefits from the Capital One Venture X card. With Venture X, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when booking on Capital One Travel and access to airport lounges worldwide. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. You know we've got 3 area locations, so we've got the new Kia you're looking for in stock and ready to go. And you can drive home your new Kia in 1 hour or less, like a new 2025 Kia K4. Lease for only $159 per month for 24 months with $35.95 due at signing. We want to see you in a Kia. Visit greenwaykias.com.
Qualified applicants through KFA includes $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 0 security deposit plus tax title license, $899 dealer, and $249.50 doc fee. Expires 4/5/25.
This is Noel from Stuff They Don't Want You to Know.
If you could lose 10.4 pounds in a single month, would you try? Well, with Future Health, you can.
That's right. Future Health gives millions access to affordable meds like Ozempic and semaglutide for less than $3 a day.
You just take a quick 3-minute survey, and if approved, boom, your meds are delivered right to your door within 24 hours for free.
I've personally used these medications and found that it really helped me get an edge on appetite suppression when paired with diet and exercise, something that I always struggled with.
Get this, there's also no insurance needed, so no insurance headaches, and everything is online, which means no doctor visits.
Find out if these medications are right for you in just 3 minutes at tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Results vary based on start weight and adherence to diet, exercise, and program goals.
Data based on independent studies sponsored by Future Health.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion.
It's the Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. 2 bets facing off. Winning side splits $250K in bonus bets every single day. Time to pick a side. Team underdogs or team favorites. Team over or team under. There's one way to settle this. Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. Pick a side for $1. Win your share of $250K or more today. Prize pool will be paid out in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT.
Insurance companies don't want you to hire an attorney so they can pay you pennies on the dollar for your injuries. But I don't cost you a dime unless I get you money. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. Don't get pushed around by the insurance companies. Just call Mo.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce!
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
The News Junkie is on.
The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most
most viral stories of the day. The news junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Thursday, March 20th, 2025. Lots to get to today, from Trump's Oval Office flex to the FBI investigates Tesla attacks across America, and how a fake director ripped off Netflix for millions of dollars. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
C-Lane is out. Hello, Josh. Uh-oh, his mic's not on.
It's on, baby.
It's not on.
Joshua?
Uh-oh, he can't speak to us.
All right, just producing today.
We'll hear from Josh at some point in time during the show. He had everything else ready, too.
Hello. I'm going to blame C-Lane for that one.
Always blame
C-Lane. He sabotaged me.
It happens. He does that from time to time. But hello to you, too. Welcome to the show. You can join us with the dispatch. Send yours over at thenewsjunkie.com. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Thursday?
I'm great.
Yep, pretty good. And it looks like the couch looks good as well. And I'm ready to have a fun Thursday.
One day I'll remember which button goes to me.
C-Lane has so many buttons. It takes a little while to get back in the button groove, but all will be well around here today. I feel it, and we're going to need your help to let us have a little bit of a journey today where we have some fun with your feedback.
Let's do a lot of fun.
59.97% fun.
Come on, 64.
I'll meet you at 62. Final offer.
All right, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Sold. 62% fun today, 38%. Oh my God, I hate everything in the world. So we'll see what that mix looks like. So right now, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to the Oval Office.
Yay.
I don't know if anybody's ever gone into why they decided to make it an oval, but they put it in an oval.
That's a nice shape to look at.
And it's right there in the White House. It's where the president kind of hangs out, and it's a clubhouse of sorts, I would guess. But the president was on Fox News live from the Oval Office, or like in an interview from the Oval Office yesterday.
A bit of a change-up for him.
And he's doing his thing. He's talking with the lady from Fox News, and he shows off his button. He showed off the button.
The Diet Coke
finally.
button.
The Diet Coke button on TV. The way he did it was a little bit interesting, though. So here we go. Let's go to the White House.
At the bottom of the desk.
Where's the Coke button?
It's right here. Everyone thinks that's the nuclear.
All right. Just for the record, he's got a huge thing up behind his desk at the Oval Office that says Gulf of America across the whole Gulf.
Yeah.
So
also, just for the record, no one thinks that's the nuclear button.
He says they do. He says you're wrong about that, Sabrina. He says that people think it's the nuke button, and it's right on his desk, but that is not. It is indeed the Diet Coke button, but here he is.
At the bottom of the desk.
Where's the Coke button?
It's right here. Everyone thinks that's the nuclear. Everyone thinks that's the nuclear weapon. They think it's the...
It's like a wooden block on the desk, and it's got like a phone cord going off of it, and there's a little red button on top of the wooden box. My favorite thing is he's like, everybody thinks this is where the nuclear button is. Everybody thinks if I press this, it's the end of the world.
They think it's a nuclear weapon. They say if I press this, it's the end of the world.
So he presses it?
He presses it.
That's what he says. He goes, they think if I press this, it's the end of the world. And then he starts pressing the button. Like, I've tried many times. I assure you.
And then all of a sudden, a man in a Speedo comes out with a Diet Coke.
Boof, boof, boof.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
Do they summon anybody?
End of the world.
Boom, he hits the button.
And then there's like
and it doesn't seem to work out that
50.
Doesn't that look beautiful though over there?
What?
But to me, you know what looks beautiful? The Gulf.
Now he's showing off a Constitution on the wall, I think. I think so.
Cool.
So he's got some new stuff up in the Oval Office, and he's just trying to show people and flex a little bit to what he's got. I love, though, how he's like, people think it's going to be the end of the world, and then he starts pressing the button. They're like, I've tried many times.
Disintegrated.
There it was. I didn't know it would look like that. I didn't know what I was expecting. I don't know. When I think desk buttons, I'll be honest with you, my brain doesn't even go to President Trump. My
Matt
brain,
Lauer.
for some reason, goes to Matt Lauer. And that one is it's not a cool button. It's like that's creepy.
That's a villain button. That's under the desk. Like, let me just reach down here real quick.
Yeah.
And you're trapped.
Who wants a massage?
Yeah, all the OK buttons are on top of your desk. All the nefarious buttons are like underneath your desk.
Yeah.
And you hit that, and then the door locks, the entrance is now secure. Nobody can get out.
I'm no
in
button
Matt Lauer's case.
expert, but it seems like Trump's button is a little outdated.
No,
I mean,
it was
considering we run the show, I don't know if your Stream Deck, Josh, is like mounted to the desk, but you'll see this is what 2025 looks like. It's several buttons, and you can change the
it's nice.
interface. And,
digital.
Then you have that one that looks to be from 1942.
He's a little older. He's a different generation.
I wonder if that's for security reasons, though, because it's like an actual old phone line, so it probably can't be hacked.
And is there like some page at the White House that went and got a Diet Coke and you ran over to the Oval Office, Mr. President, and he's like, nah, it was a test. I was just doing that for Fox News. Get out of here, you dummy. So that's what's happening in the White House. They got buttons galore. We got buttons over here, though, and we've got more, I'll be honest with you. As far as I'm aware, none of them will set off a nuclear war, but you never know what's going to happen during the show.
Let me see.
So we could hit all sorts of buttons around
This
here.
one says nuclear war.
Hit it. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Might as well, right?
I knew it would go this way.
Honestly, if there is somewhere an actual button that launches the nukes at wherever, I really wanted to launch a song.
Yeah. You dropped the bomb on me.
I don't even care if it's like a happy song or a sad. I would think it would be better to be a happy song.
Yeah, why not?
Or like a very annoying song. Something
Hanson.
that like no, Hanson is not annoying. Saying
Bop. Wow. Who said that? Yeah, who said that?
Bop is a banger, my friend.
Yeah,
Still to this day, I'm with that one. But something where it just kind of takes the edge off the moment. Like you're the president, you got sweat coming off of your brow.
God.
The Russians have just announced that
Putting me
they're
to the
launching
challenge right now.
an ICBM, and it's incoming, and you know the East Coast is toast. In fact, the chyrons, the lower thirds on the cable news network say East Coast toast, and incoming missiles are everywhere. And then you go, time to fire back, baby. You put in the key. You put in the football code. You hit the button, and bam! Oh! Yeah. Right? You know what I mean? Like, yes. That makes everything, like I said, nice little bit of levity in the moment.
My bomb is big. See what I did there? Because instead of butt.
No, I know. Yeah.
I was expecting Motley Crue, so it threw me off.
Well, I'm on my sexy folder, not my Motley Crue.
The bomb is good, too. We got the biggest of bombs, but there you go. Hitting the Coke button in the Oval Office to start us off here on the day. I have a question for the both of you here. And there's no wrong answer. There's legitimately, this isn't the 62% of just like, it's okay. There's no doom and gloom here or anything. Are you, Sabrina, Mercedes Ambra, happy?
Oh, that's a loaded question. No,
Of course it is.
I'm happy. I'm a happy gal.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah. And I don't
This
mean
very moment.
I don't mean at this very moment. I don't mean at this very moment. I don't mean to. I mean
in a general sense.
Generally speaking, would you like if you had to take the dial and on one side it says sad and on the other side it says happy, so you have to like pick one or two. Not how sad or how happy, but either happy or sad. Generally, what do you lock on?
I would say I am closer to the happy meter. I'm in a good place right now. I feel happy.
Okay. What about the guy in the studio behind you?
That is
Joshua
Josh.
Marie Fowler.
Sad all the way.
Yeah.
Full sad.
I mean, I don't know. He's probably happy.
You want to talk about it?
No,
We got something on your mind? We got to
not
get
in
it
front
off
of all
here.
these people, no.
I asked this because U.S. happiness is sinking. It is absolutely cratering right now, and we got to do something about this. The United States fell to its lowest happiness ranking ever.
Yes.
Partly due to a rise in the number of Americans eating their meals alone. Oh my God. It's such a sad thing to think about. I've wanted to multiple times. I've never done this because I'm not
Almost
a weirdo.
said something very inappropriate.
I've never done this because I'm not a weirdo, but I'll go into the grocery store. Right by the entrance, they have this little dining area. So you could get a sub or some Chinese food at the grocery store, like the pre-made food, and you could go eat it at these tables. And I often see people sitting at a 4-person table all by themselves, just eating their meal. And I look over and I'm like, oh, that's kind of sad. And I want to go like scoop up a wrap and sit down and go, hey, cowboy, how you doing? Take a load off. What's on your mind?
Wait till me, pervert.
Probably it would be seen that way.
I think they might be happier than everyone else.
I look at the person eating by themselves, and I do think that's sad.
Are they
I
in
don't
a
know
uniform
why.
belonging to the grocery store? Maybe they're on their lunch break.
They're all sorts of people. Fat people, skinny people, tall people, black people, white people, Chinese
Thumb
people.
as big as your head.
All the different types of people. I see them, and they're sitting in this dining area, and they're just eating by themselves. And I think that sounds sad. That does sound sad to me. But why is this the case right now? Why are we so damn sad? Finland is #1 with a bullet, man. Finland is ranked as the world's happiest country for the 8th straight year. We don't even know what's going on in Finland. Nobody knows what's happening.
Pickled herring. You get out of jail for murder after 20 years here.
Yeah, all those things. Pickled herring sounds terrible. If I lived in a country with pickled herring, well, I won't say that. But
You'd be
lots
happy,
of other places
apparently.
are.
According to the study, you'd be happy.
Unhappiest country in the world. Any guesses? Number 8 billion.
Laos.
Last on the list is not Laos. No.
Damn it.
Laos is not the last one. Sorry.
Antarctica.
No, not it. It could be right now with like this murderer type dude that they've got there. They've got some problems going on in Antarctica. No. Afghanistan is the unhappiest country in the world.
Wow, I
The
heard
place with the
differently.
Taliban in charge? Weird.
You mean where you can't dance, where it's illegal to be a woman, where it's dirt everywhere? Just dirt. Like
And
Finland at least doesn't have that much dirt. There's just dirt.
Home of Biden's biggest failure, according to Trump.
True. Yeah. Remember when they were trying to hang on to the airplane heading out of Afghanistan? This is why they're very sad over there. They've taken the meters and pinned them to that sad side.
So,
but here,
what can we do to help Afghanistan, Sean?
we got to help them out some way, but it can't be with bringing troops back over there because that didn't work, I don't think. Maybe if we send them something besides sand, we need to get rid of at least 50% of the sand, I think.
Fire TV sticks.
How do I account then for places like Las Vegas? Like, is Las Vegas a happy place or a
Depends.
sad? Because they're not even supposed to be a city where that is. That's a disaster right there. So we ask you today via dispatch or email: are you happy? Are you sad?
This is setting
And
up
if
to
so,
be a
why?
dark show.
If so, I know we're 62% positive. Okay, 62% positive is where we're staying. And I think I have a bit of a theory here. I think it's a lot of these very political people that are the miserable ones. And then there's just like some also always negative people that I would throw into the mix as well. Like I saw, and this is the dumbest thing ever. I saw a bunch of people online today that were upset, up in arms, talking about launching a petition. Because, and I'm not kidding you here, I legitimately saw this morning as I was getting ready, and I go, wow, no wonder if people are focused on stuff like this. The Cheesecake Factory is getting rid of 13 menu items.
No.
Oh my God, there's
And-
only going to be 70 menu items left.
Guess what? You lowballed it. There's 250 of them. So now there will be 237 of them. And people were like, well, this is ridiculous. I'm never going back again. I can't go. Without my seared ahi tuna salad, I can't be a happy human being. And I go, that person is in misery mode. They're locked into misery mode. There's people who are very, very political, right? Those people are not having a good time usually. Then there's people locked into the misery mode where you don't want things to be good, but you should. I implore you to try to be on the happier side. Where are you, though? Let us know with the dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com.
Where are you?
Today.
Are you happy?
I
Look at that. You didn't even want to have 100% fun today. So,
well,
Mr. Pot.
The show can't just be 100% fun.
Why
That's what
not?
the problem is.
We already got all the stuff done that we needed to do.
We got to talk about all the stuff going on in the world, and there is yes, like with the good, the bad. There's a couple of bad
And
things
the
that are
ugly.
going on. The ugly's there too. But I didn't want to talk about you this early in the show. You know what I mean?
That was mean.
And I feel good about it, though. I feel fine about it.
I'm already sad.
Yeah, you might actually be. Do we need to celebrate you today, Josh? Do we need to do something?
What's there to
Pick
celebrate?
me up. Should we put a button in your studio that simply fires off like random, incredibly happy songs that just...
No, because I'd probably hit that one incorrectly, too.
True. Yeah, I don't know. I even tried.
We'll just work on the mic on and off for now.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
All right, when we come back, we'll talk about, there's more on the Tesla front, which is kind of an interesting ride to go on. We shall do that together. But first, we need to talk about another one of these death row inmates that just had their final meal. And when I saw this guy's final meal, I was like, okay, buddy, pump the brakes a little bit there on the final meal. We'll talk about what this gentleman ordered on his way out and if you think it was fair or not. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Make your smart speaker smarter. Hey, Google, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Watch out for a disabled truck in the left lane of the exit ramp from westbound I-4.
Go, Mike. Hello. How are you? Happy? Sad? Where do you turn that dial? Happy or sad? A little worried about Josh, honestly. Seems a little bit sad today. How are you doing, though? That's the bigger question. And I hesitate to ask why, because that could be like a whole just miserable segment, I think.
Today. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/49-149.
Great news, everybody. Mortgage rates are heading down. Many people have loans in the 7s or even 8% range. And if you're one of them, you got to explore the savings for a refinance to lower your payments or get cash out. And you got to do that with That Mortgage Guy Dawn. Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote today with That Mortgage Guy Dawn. Get a quote with no hard credit inquiry by going to thatmortgageguydawn.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguydawn.com.
Hey, Orlando. Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. You know we've got 3
Hot Mike is back. Also, folks, you're about to be put to death. I don't know if it's firing squad, electric chair, old school Sparky, or lethal injection. What is your final meal? Anything is up for grabs except for the electric chair. You can't eat the method of murder. You can't eat the execution method. Anything else you can have for your final meal. Because wait till you hear what this dude had. It was pretty extravagant for his final meal. What would you have? Anything from any location at all. And you could order a hybrid. You could say, I want a quarter pounder with cheese, but I want it on Chick-fil-A buns with Burger King bacon, because that Burger King bacon is pretty solid. Or Wendy's bacon. And then I want a Wendy's baked potato, because what kind of wild fucking move is it for a fast food place to make a baked potato? That is hardcore, man. What would you get?
You that there's anything better than a Harley. Case closed. The judge and jury event is in session at Space Coast Harley-Davidson. So make your ruling and trade in and trade up to a new Harley. Right now, buy a new Harley and get NADA retail for your trade. Shop anytime at SpaceCoastHarley.com. Here come the judge. Make your decision at Space.
To all you people saying crab legs for your final meal on death row, why would you want to torture yourself on the way to your own death? Why would you want to order a meal for your last meal that is so much work for so little food? Crab legs, you're sitting there, you're messy, you're cracking them open, you get the little tiniest
like little morsel of crab leg, and then you got to crack the other one open. You got to stack them up 15 high because it takes you so long. I think you burn more calories eating crab than the crab actually puts into your body. Why would you ever want that to be your last meal? Unbelievable.
800-777-1979. 800-777-1979.
Get ready to roll. It's the second annual Just Call Mo Celebrity Bowl-orama, and you're invited to join the fun. Come bowl with your favorite Central Florida celebrities on Saturday, April 12th from 2 to 5 p.m. at the Oviedo Bowling Center. All proceeds benefit Rosie's Adventures, a local nonprofit helping kids battling cancer. Spots are filling up fast. Reserve your lane today. Visit justcallmo.com/bowling for more details. The Just Call Mo Celebrity Bowl-orama, Saturday, April 12th at Oviedo Bowling Center. See you there.
Did you know that 40% of adults can't explain what a tax deduction is?
I can't either.
Well, we're here to help. I'm Leah Palmieri.
And I'm Matt Stillo.
And this season on Grown Up Stuff, we're making taxes way less scary.
There's no other time in life where you're like, am I going to get back $4,000 or am I going to owe $10,000? It's like the crappiest casino.
Listen to Grown Up Stuff on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Grown Up Stuff and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Dispensing unsolicited advice on a wide range of pointless topics.
That. Join us at the website with the dispatch. Yeah, you could send one of these, and that's how you can join us on the show with your voice or even your video for those folks watching today. Got a couple of those to get into. Send your dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com right now. Some of you on chat are like way wrong on the proper choices for a final meal if you're on death row. And I know this is like talked about ad nauseum, but this guy in Arizona, who they just put to death, Aaron Gunches was his name, 53 years old. He got lethal injection. Didn't go with the firing squad, Mr. Gunches.
Boo.
He pleaded guilty in 2007, Josh, to kidnapping and murdering his girlfriend's ex-husband. So allegedly, you're not allowed to do that.
That's what they say.
They'll end up doing this. They says he shot Price dead in a desert after he threatened to report her to child welfare authorities for doing drugs in front of their children. And he said, had no last words, none of that. But then they said to him, Mr. Gunches, what do you want for your final meal? And apparently, if the folks who are on chat were making this decision for themselves, like 10 to 11 people, I think, said crab legs. Which is like the worst final meal I could think of.
That's good.
Now when you have 2 pounds of it.
True.
Yeah, 2 pounds of what? The only way somebody said if it was already cracked and stacked. Like they open up the crab legs and they just give you a big pile of it. Because otherwise you got the stupid cracker and you're trying to pop open these
your
things.
Inevitable death by this one's taking forever.
Only so much. You're like, I'm getting an extra
gloves,
minute.
You reek.
I would never do crab legs on the way out. I would that doesn't even seem like it would be enjoyable. When I see somebody eating crab legs, I'm like, that's half a job and half a meal. That's what you're doing there.
And the prize at the end of it is absolutely worth it.
It's okay. I'd rather get.
I love crab legs.
God, I guess I just don't go nuts for it. I would rather have shrimp. And then the shrimp is just chilling.
Yeah.
Shrimp is right there, ready to go. Boop, pop it in. And you had more than you'd have in like 4 or 5 crab legs. It's just not giving. I'm not a big fan, but this guy, he went this way. Ready? His final meal, onion rings. Okay. Love a good onion ring. A spicy gyro, a barbecue gyro. Homeboy had 2 gyros on the way out. 2 of them.
Greek.
Baklava. And a double Western bacon cheeseburger with fries.
Right.
So really went for it. They said they talk about his outfit, and I haven't heard anything described this way in a while. They said after he ate his meal,
he buttoned up to his white onesie and got into the setup there to get the lethal injection, and they didn't even move or anything. A few breaths, and then he was gone after that. But
ate the crab legs in the same chair.
I think he ate it in the room next, and then he put on his onesie, which I guess they put him in a onesie. Like, you just button up a onesie.
Your death onesie.
You come into the world, you get a onesie. On the way out of the world, you get a onesie. It's full circle action right there. But this guy loaded it up. €2, too. Man, he doesn't go to the place I go to. Place I go to, one of those suckers, you're not even considering another one. Greek Corner, woo.
Good stuff.
Real good stuff over there. But there you go. Crab legs, just a bad move, I think. Twitch, Moondog says, Sean's soft. He doesn't want to put in the work for crab legs, rather have peeled shrimp. I don't think that's soft. I think that's smart. You know, I see soft people everywhere. There's a lot of soft humans wandering around in 2025. Like, I know this is dark and bad. Every once in a while, I'll see somebody and I'll be like, I could kill that person with my hands.
Okay,
so
see,
easy.
that is just...
You never done that before?
Or...
No,
full-ass grown adults. A grown adult just kind of like wandering through life, and they have like no muscle mass. They look
you
like...
bonk your head just right, and you're going to actually end up killing somebody, with thoughts like that going through your head.
I'm never going to do it, and I'm not talking about doing it, but like in my head, I think, dude, I could kill that person in a second.
Red flag.
Could snuff this person out.
Hi, I just wanted to come over and let you know. I'm not going to do it, but I think you should know I could kill you if I wanted to.
2 seconds.
Like the people who you think you could strong arm rob with your voice. You know those people, like the soft people that are around all of us. I see those kind of people all the time. And I'm like, this would be easy. Like, I could take over your whole life if I wanted to, just by saying some things. I would never do this. I love people. I would never act out on that. But I'm not one of those people, right? I got some backbone, but I'm not a time waster. I don't want to waste a lot of time. I don't want to sit there and kick open these crab legs and then go, ooh, the little morsel. I got the tiniest morsel
doing it wrong.
Of
You're
this
doing it
sea
wrong.
spider
Because
wandering around.
First of all, it's a communal, for the most part, type of dining experience.
Mm-hmm.
You're around with friends. It's delicious. Butter. And then you have that moment where you do get that just giant piece of meat. You have broken the leg perfectly, and you show off to your friends, whoa, look at this one. Crazy. And then you consume it, and you keep ripping apart that crustacean until it's over.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you're cracking your knuckles. You're getting rips and tears all over the place.
If it's not for you, it's not for you. I don't know why you're trying to convince everybody that it's not for anybody.
Where are you lubed up?
Josh and I used to go every Monday night after softball to get crab legs.
Yeah, we did.
And it was delicious. And I had a great time.
Yes.
Where'd you go to do this?
What was the place
Tied
called?
Harry's.
Yeah.
And would you got to wear a bib like an actual
You don't
child?
have to, but it's
You're better
nice.
off because you stink like
See,
crab.
This is why it's not a good option. I'm not trying to take your right to have crab away from you. You can
Over
do
my
whatever
dead
you
body.
want. You're a
that
human
you probably
with
think
agency.
you could kill easily.
2 seconds.
Could I kill you?
Go ahead.
Yes.
Sean wasn't.
I could kill you.
Cool.
Would it be easy? I don't think it would be easy to kill you. I don't look at you and go, she's one of those soft people. I don't put you in that category. Do you think I put you in that category?
No, bitch.
Do you think? And
I would
I'm
haunt you if you killed me.
I'm just being real here. Do you think in hand-to-hand combat,
Oh my God, why do I always-
nobody's got a knife, nobody's got a gun, there's any shot that you kill me?
I'd rather not. But yeah, I could.
No shot.
I
No
could.
shot.
If not, I would do permanent damage. At
And
least.
if Josh and I were both in a room, no knife, no gun,
Josh would kill you.
you think Josh would kill me?
I think so too.
Gotta go. So
the only-
yeah, this is fun. I wonder why the world's not happy.
The only thing that I'm having fun. The only thing that Josh has going for him in that room without those weapons is there's so much pent up anger in there. There's just he's been shoving all these things down. He's ready to go. Absolutely ready to explode at any moment, I think. All right, I want to hear from you. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com.
Who could you kill?
And hit record on your first dispatch right now. Are you good? You telling me you don't think people think about that sometimes? You just walk around and you're like,
Oh,
damn.
I think certain people think about that sometimes for sure.
I think me talking about these things is just me expressing all the things that come across my mind. It doesn't show you that I'm some kind of crazy psychopath weirdo. It just shows you that I don't like
murderous tendencies.
I'm not like a lot of people that I see wandering the world.
Yeah, because they're in prison.
No, it's not that. Especially women. All right, and women, the women between women between the ages of 20 and 40. Specifically targeting you on this. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of you who don't seem to be able to spend extended time just in your head, in your thoughts. And there's like always the AirPod on. You're like on the phone with somebody. Got
us figured out.
Spend that time because you need more stimulation or whatever. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. Just saying it's a thing. If you do, you'll find that you think about things like this. Like you'll encounter some little person in public and be like, I could 100% snuff the light out of this person if I wanted to.
Maybe you should get some AirPods, Sean.
For what? I think I have some. I do have some. I've never used them.
Just going around thinking that you could kill people.
I don't just go around thinking that.
In those ears.
I don't just go around thinking that. I think about lots of things. This is just one thing that I think about along the way. Crazy Drunk Cat Lady said, we set off Sean so quickly with crab legs. The crab legs are just the precursor, okay? These are just, all the rest is just thoughts bouncing around my brain. Meanwhile, other people out there are still very mad at cars, particularly Teslas. In fact, solely Teslas. I don't know if there's anybody out there targeting other brands of cars. Perhaps that's a thing. Somebody's out there somewhere hitting a Subaru or a Volkswagen, maybe some real leftover German aggression or something where they're going after the VWs. Mostly it seems to be the Teslas right now. And sometimes I wonder when we see these videos, are we just lumping them all into crazy Twitter person that hates Tesla and is enacting rage on them? Or is there like other stuff going on here? Because the one I saw here, this is some dude and he's wandering through the parking lot and he's got his luggage. So I don't know. I was assuming that he's by some sort of airport, right? He's got his luggage and he goes by a Tesla. Boom! He just whacks the Tesla with his luggage and dents the Tesla, causing $3,000 worth of damage. This dude just for no reason. Boom! Or maybe there was a reason. Maybe there's a run-in before that. Maybe he's just not mad at the vehicles all by themselves. It's very hard to say. But the FBI is now investigating these Tesla vehicle and dealership attacks, and they're trying to figure out who exactly is behind these. There's severe consequences, says Attorney General Pam Bondi, for anybody involved in doing this. And some of the folks have been swatted. Some of these folks have been attacked, or like their dealerships have been attacked and lit on fire. Lots of stuff happening. And now they're threatening some harsh consequences. We'll see what happens. The U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick was getting some heat for what he said on Fox News, but I don't know if this is a normal thing or not. Here he is.
Build the next generation technology. I think if you want to learn something on this show tonight, buy Tesla. It's unbelievable that this guy's stock is this cheap. It'll never be this cheap again. When people understand the things he's building, the robots he's building, the technology he's building, people are going to be dreaming of today and Jesse Waters and thinking, gosh, I should have bought Elon Musk's stock. I mean, who wouldn't invest in Elon Musk? You got to be kidding.
Sorry, so you're saying you should
sounds like he invested a little bit.
He is the Commerce Secretary, and he's saying you should buy Tesla stock. It's a deal. Now, I've seen a whole bunch of people like they do everything right now. Everything is like, that's illegal, that's illegal. Is it actually illegal? Or is this, I don't know if I've heard this kind of stuff before. Like, are people allowed to just go, hey, actually, I think this would be a good time to buy Tesla stock? And honestly, that might be a solid idea. Like, if you think that all of this is going to blow over at some point and the Doge stuff is going to get wrapped up, and then maybe they have like a really great run of sales quarters, if you think that, then this would be a good time to buy. This would be an excellent time. But if you don't think that, then, bet against it, like a lot of people do with Tesla stock. But some of you go nuts out there. I know Rick Wilson, who's one of these very political people, he posted a link to a blog that was titled "Kill Tesla, Save the Country." And he ended up, I don't think you get banned on Blue Sky because that's just where the crazies go to talking. Like, you can get away with a lot of stuff over there. But he posted, "Killed Tesla, saved the country," starting up a bunch of drama over on that platform as well. Let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch. It's easy for you to do. In fact, we're going to work some in right now while we have a chance. Let's see what we got. Here we go. We got a bunch of video dispatches like this one. Here's Sammy's sweetheart with a video dispatch for us.
News Junkie shirt.
Oh, she got
I
merch.
love it. And the magnet is probably my favorite magnet ever. I absolutely love it. This shirt is amazing.
Thank you.
Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
She said it wrong.
I love it. That was great. Thank you for supporting us and grabbing the latest merch drop, Sammy Sweetheart. Appreciate
Did you
that.
beat her in a fight?
Well, I don't want to say that about listeners. I don't.
Wait, what?
So feel bad if it's about. It's just about randos, like weird people that are around you.
Not
You never
premeditated.
You guys have never thought about, like, what if a giant battle broke out in the place that I'm in right now, and everybody was warring with each other, and I'll look over and I'll see some like really big jacked 6'6" guy next to me. I'll be like, "That I got to stay away from him. That guy's gonna beat me up. That guy's not soft. This is bad. I'll stay away." But then I'll go, "Oh, if I go over to aisle 4, there's some real soft people just crawling down aisle 4 that look like they would struggle to do virtually any task. You know, they're like." They've got one of those little baskets from the grocery store, and it's half full, and they're dragging it along like it's full of sand or something.
Place to be in battle time.
Those folks are. I look at that and I go, "This is easy prey."
These are Dwight Schrute type thoughts you're having.
Yeah, basically. I'm looking around and going, "What's going to happen here if all hell breaks loose?" Here's our friend Mindset with the dispatch. He's talking about crab legs.
Sean, are you okay, dude? I'm in here cracking up, man. Sean said he can kill somebody with his bare hands. I can kill that person. Then the other day, you was talking about killing the president.
Wait. Hold on.
I mean, I do have the audio.
Just for reference here, I was not making a threat. I was like an in-context thing where I was explaining a story just for the Secret Service listeners. And I know we've piqued their interest many a time here on the show. We love you, Secret Service people. Don't want to assassinate anybody. Not looking to do that. I'm going to kill the president.
That sounds
does
otherwise.
Get him.
Sounds bad, but it's out of context, Secret Service. Out of context.
Oh, crab legs are delicious. It depends on what you get.
Thank you.
You either get the snow crab legs or you get the big king crab legs. You put them bad boys on the grill with some butter.
Mm-hmm.
Now you talking.
Look, I'm sure they're okay.
Snow all day.
All I'm saying is there's no other food that's like that. Like, we would never make a burger and it's like wrapped in cowhide still. And you've got to like peel off the animal and remove some bones out of the way. And then finally, after exerting 600 calories worth of energy, you could take a bite of your little teeny mini burger and like a hamster or something. We would never do this. We would say that that's a waste of time.
In survival mode? Absolutely.
Who's eating crabs in survival mode, though? Like, crabs are what rich people eat mostly here now.
I don't know if I'm going to get anything right.
Everything, you're not wrong.
If you're saying a battle breaks out, everyone is now trying to fight to survive.
To the death. Yeah.
Okay, and you're done. You have somehow won against the 6'6" tank that you met at the grocery store.
Whoa, no, I didn't say that at all. I said,
but now you have to, in order to continue on, the Earth that has a lot less people because they died in the battle. You have to eat to survive.
First of all, we should all thank the heavens for the people who died during the battle. There's too many dumb people out there, and at least some of them were eradicated in that battle. But on the correction side of things, I was explicitly saying the 6'6" guy, I might not have a chance. He's big. He's got a UFC shirt on or something. I don't know if he really fights, but he looks like it. I'm running away from that guy. I'm going to the aisle with the soft people.
Okay,
I'll
soft
do a
people
couple
are
attacks
dead.
there.
Eventually, you're going to meet up with the guy wearing the UFC shirt.
Well, guess what?
Chicken butt.
I know my clock is ticking. I know that in these end times, I only have so much time to last before this 6'6" guy in the UFC shirt ends up killing me.
And he goes to pummel you, and then you go, how about some crab legs.
No.
And he's like, you're right, I don't want to die. And then you sit over a table with newspaper on it, you have some crab legs, and the war is over.
That's nice.
I'm not saying I could take that guy, just for the record, all right? What's this? All Day Yucker says, Sean's secret button hat cave.
What?
Oh.
That's impressive.
All Day Yuckers.
How do you do that?
Email me.
If your job is not doing video stuff, it should be doing video stuff.
It's awesome. I want to know what program. I will pay the money that I need to for that information.
He's the greatest dispatcher of the moment here, but he's got the skull mic inside the studio, which we're talking to from time to time during the breaks, and it pops to the side, and then you touch a button, the wall opens up,
All
and
the
then there's
same hats.
a secret room full of just black
What would
hats.
my secret room
Just,
have?
Well,
I'm asking All Day Yuckers. Thank you. Give him some time.
Okay. All Day Yuckers. Well, is yours going to be in the same
has
room?
to be
Well, he might
here.
as well. He's animated half
Here.
that.
Oh, what? There you go. What's going to happen now? I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see what happens.
She's just mimed everything you need, All Day Yuckers. Now, open up that room. What is in there? And don't do the thing that like really basic ass listeners do, where they're
cats
like,
or
"Oh, it's
dildos."
cats, yeah, it's cats, a bunch of cats in there." Like that's not going to make it happen. I don't think. We have a lot of dispatches coming on a very busy Thursday. When we come back, some absolutely crazy news. All right, and if this goes through, we have about 3 months, less than 3 months, for every single one of us to make a major change. All right, lest we get arrested, lest we get fined, lest we get in trouble with the cops. We have about 3 months. If this goes through, they think this is a good idea. What is it? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning. And I think it's really weird Ryan doesn't like sunsets.
I think it's really weird that you brown nose every 5 seconds.
I don't do it on purpose.
That was so real.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
Hi there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. Well, today is the first day of spring. It's certainly going to feel like it. Our high 83. It's going to be a breezy day today. There's a high fire danger. Now, there may be a sprinkle this afternoon associated with a cold front. That's going to knock us down to about 71 for the high tomorrow. So it's going to be a cool end to this work week and spring break. Warming back up, though, this weekend, back to the mid-80s. Our next chance of rain is next week. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by FreshFromFlorida.com.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting FreshFromFlorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in.
Let's go, Mike. Activated. Hello, folks. How are we today? YouTubers, Twitch, Mega Chat working properly. That's good. Hello, Ted. Hello, Dan. Hello, Beer 30. Hello, James. Hello, Big Dog Millionaire. Hello, Feral Kitten. Peachy Keen. Peachy Keen's from the 80s? Maybe the 90s? No. 80s, 70s? Like far out? 60s, 70s, right around there? Radical 80s? Hello, Lee Road. Hello, Bootsy. Hello, Elder of Rock. I do have to tell you, one of you, and only one of you, will be crowned Chatter of the Day today. Which, we should have a magnet for that. We should have a magnet to reward the best chatter or dispatcher. Like, I think they should be in the same category. Like, there's got to be a way to phrase this. There's got to be a better name. But I think for people who contribute to the show, because you guys are so valuable, you're not just low bandwidth, soft people who are sitting back and not adding anything to the show. Love you if you're just chilling, but, you know, You know what I'm saying. If you're not contributing to the show, you're of a little less value, I think. So we should reward the people who are doing that. Like All Day Yuckers, even though that was a visual and it's only good for a small percentage of the audience, it was really good for that small percentage of the audience because it was fun. AD says, I'll never get it. I'm always working while listening. Au contraire. All right? And here's why. All it takes is one. Just like if one thing grabs our attention, and then we start talking about that, or one thing makes us laugh, or one thing stirs us into steers us into a good direction. That's all you need. All you need is one. It's like bullets. View your chat messages like bullets. You fire them off and you make them count. And it only takes one. Three minutes left. 3 minutes. I think I can see Josh prepping for something. I don't know what. He's not doing the next episode. Maybe he's doing This Week in Florida tomorrow. MFQ says, I listen while I work. What's the experience with that? Like, once you watch on YouTube, does that, you think, become the preferred method? Because if you want to just listen, you could just listen. If you want to, like, pause and then fast forward later, you can fast forward. So it's like live and on demand. If you want to watch, you can watch. Like, that seems to be really optimal, right? Like, that seems to be the best way. Hey, Amy. How are you? Hey, Weed Consumer. Hey, Skip. Skip says, I'm only good for being a bad influence. We'll take it. Oh, Jack Bradshaw's in there. Jack Bradshaw's in the booth. And he's smacking a book against his hands. Like a book with, like a notepad. Ooh. Something's going down. You guys want to see? You want to see? You want me to show you? Something going on there. All right, folks. We have 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Hello to everybody jumping on board. Hello, Avendisora. Hello, Maynard. Hello, James.
Dental procedures. Learn more at Eloquist.com or call 1-855-ELOQUIS.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This is the News Junkie.
Easy to do. All you have to do is go over to the website. It's thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. Over there, you can send a dispatch or even an email if you'd like, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Snow White comes out this week. A lot of people are talking about that. Somebody in the chat says Gal Gadot. Do I say that wrong? Is it Gal Gadot or something? I don't know. I'm doing the best I can. I know she's Jewish, but the last name isn't. I don't know if it's a stage name or something, or maybe it is. But Gal Gadot is how I've always said it. And seems like a good actress. Seems like she's doing her thing, but it just isn't enough for Snow White. People don't care enough. I think Snow White was kind of screwed before it ever came out because this stuff is so old, man. Little kids don't know about this stuff. I don't think little kids are like, I sat back and watched the 1930s movie the other day. You could barely get them interested in modern day stuff. You think you're going to get some young kid who's 6 years old to go, here, watch Snow White, this original motion picture, animated feature, whatever.
No.
So I think it was screwed from the jump, but the reviews have been very bad. We'll get into those in a little bit.
Oh, but isn't this a dark version of it, though?
It's
is it a darker take, like not really for kids?
No, it's still for kids and families. Just being a Disney movie, it's still kind of angled that way. But it might be more, like visually speaking, it might be more like a Maleficent type of thing where
I love that movie.
A little bit darker. And I liked one of those Maleficents. I forgot which one it was, though. Anyhow, we'll get into that in a bit here. But there could be some big changes headed our way. I don't like this. I don't want to do this. I don't think you do either. But you know how politicians are. Politicians will get elected and then come up with ideas that nobody really asked for. And then the next thing you do, it's happening. And everybody's like, why is this happening? Why are we doing this thing? Well, the politicians wanted us to do this thing, so we're doing it. And this is in the state of Florida. So everybody else listening elsewhere, you might already have this or you're dodging a bullet here. But this is a bill, SB 92, that will create a new law called the Lily Glaubach Act. It's named after a 13-year-old girl from Tampa who was struck by a car while riding her bike home from school, which is just terrible, nightmarish. The kids on bikes getting hit by cars. And they said in cases where a driver gets into a car crash, the bill would require a motor vehicle repair shop to request a written crash report from the customer before performing any repair work on the vehicle. This applies if the repair work is estimated to cost at least $5,000. So this is kind of an interesting thing. Let's say I'm driving down the road and Josh Fowler is on a scooter and we cross paths and I plow into that scooter. Josh goes, woo!
I was planning on doing my bare hands.
Boom! He hits the ground and I flee the scene. Now, I don't want to move right away, but eventually I want to get my car fixed because it looks like I hit somebody, which I did.
There's blonde hair all over it.
There's blood everywhere. Josh's blood
Beautiful
DNA.
curls.
It's real bad. So I've got to do something about this. Now, if you take it to the motor vehicle repair place, the body shop, if it looks like there's some significant damage over $5,000, they will have to, if this passes, go, hey, chum, what happened here? What's the deal? What happened with this crash?
You got to know a guy.
And then you get that information down on the record, which, I don't know, I'm for that. That seems like a good idea. And if you work at a body shop, tell me if that doesn't already exist or if there's not something like that already, because that seems okay. Maybe if you work at a body shop, you disagree, send a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. Here's the part I don't like. Ready? The form would include information on the customer, vehicle, and description of the damage, blah, 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 blah. Now to the problem. If the rule were to be implemented, they will have attached an amendment that will require every driver in the state of Florida to display a license plate on both the front and back of your vehicles. Yeah. Yeah. July 1st, Florida would join 29 other states. What about our friends in New York? New York got the plates on the front? I don't know.
I think they might.
They might. Florida would join 29 other states that mandate what they call two-way license plates. So the license plate holder on the front industrial complex greatly benefits from this, as they're called. and then all of us have to scramble if this goes through in the next couple of months to go.
How much is it going to cost as well?
We're going to have to pay for these new plates, right?
Yeah.
Like we got another license plate that I got to put on the front. And then does that mean I've got to get 2 registration stickers now and keep those updated on the front and back of my vehicle? I know these seem like small problems, but I don't know. What do you think about this? You want this to happen? Let us know. Send us a dispatch or an email to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. But if the rule were to be implemented, Florida would join 29 other states that mandate 2-way license plates. They said it could help investigators and witnesses identify hit-and-run vehicles more easily. So people are speeding away from these scenes. There's a lot of cameras out there. We can't always see the back of the license plates. So there you go, if that goes through. I don't know if that's going to – I don't know how that's going to work, the whole thing. It could be a catastrophe for us. But
have they compared the stats to places that do have 2 license plates? Like, are they finding themselves catching hit and run perps quicker?
They must, right? Like, just thinking about it from a completely logical standpoint, if they're also able to see license plate numbers on the front, they must be able to get them in instances where they wouldn't if it was just on the back. But I don't know. That seems strange to me. Let us know what you think. Kretsch on YouTube says they don't enforce front license plate laws. Hang on, the chat just went very, very fast. They don't enforce front place license plate laws. I cannot get to this man's text or chat because the new ones are coming in. Oh, well, he said something about it. They don't enforce.
Thanks for your input.
They don't
front license plate
enforce
laws.
front license plate laws. It's the law in Texas, too, and I've never had one.
Oh, really? So they mandate or they tell you via law, you got to have the front license plate, too, and then they never go around and require, or maybe they delay it because it would take a long time. Leslie on YouTube says they have 2 plates in Virginia and certainly did enforce it. Twice the cost as well. If you don't have this. Amy says, I think the hit and runs might be a bigger issue. Yeah, that's the problem, obviously. And that happens. And this poor kid, to be a parent and have somebody run into your kid and then flee the scene happens more often than you would think. But how do you get everybody on board? Let's see this. Can I get an answer from TJAI? How many vehicles are there registered in the state of Florida? Like, how many cars would immediately have to go, stop? Let's get a front license plate on this sucker. Let's get the sticker.
As of 2023, Florida has over 21 million registered vehicles.
Whoa.
For the most current and precise figures, it's best to check with the Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles.
21 million cars would have to do this. What do you think? Let us know with the dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. Quick break. We got some emails to get to. We'll get to those next. We also have more Rowdy Town Hall stuff to touch on. And a whole lot more on a very busy Thursday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Do you do words good? Prove it. The Talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
There's slowdowns due to a crash on the Turnpike northbound before Hancock Road. Traffic is backed up from Oakland Exchange. The off-ramp is partially blocked due to an accident from I-4 westbound to Lake Mary Boulevard. Look out for an accident off to the shoulder on I-4 westbound near State Road 436. There's stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by ePass and SunPass. Attention, Florida drivers. If you get a text claiming you have an outstanding toll payment, it could be part of a nationwide scam attempt. To protect yourself from fraud, ePass and SunPass urge you not to click on any link sent via text. Stop. Think. Don't click that link.
Going to nursing school can change your life, but that doesn't mean it's easy. You have commitments, family, a job. At Galen College of Nursing, we understand that, which is why we provide one-to-one tutoring support and assigned academic advisors who will...
School mic activated. What do we think? License plates on the front of cars, is it worth it for the safety of everybody or no? We have plates on the roof of the car for satellite drones? Whoa. That's dystopian, right? That's the world where you don't get away with anything because they just zoom into your roof. Here's your official license number. Bam, gotcha. That's a tough future. Two and a half minutes. What are you eating for lunch, folks? What's for lunch today? I don't get to eat until after the show. And after the show, I have basically the same thing every day, but it's the greatest meal in the world. Sticky rice, chicken, sriracha, pretzels. 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 Every day. Clockwork, baby. It's genius.
Is why we're always prepared to help by keeping our vans fully stocked. Call Precision Garage Door today or visit them online at PrecisionGarageDoor.com. Precision Garage Door. Garage doors done right.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Kevin, why is my auto insurance so expensive? I need to switch because my company raised my rates again.
I hear you, Jay. I had the same problem, but then I called Acceptance. They saved me hundreds on my car insurance.
Really?
Yes, Acceptance was great. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Do you have their number?
Sure do. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more for auto insurance? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance shop for you by comparing and finding the best rates. You could save up to 30%. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Acceptance Insurance. We shop, you save. Restrictions apply based on Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012294.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Because the newspapers don't come with cliff notes or potentially offensive accents.
Shows subscriber. Unlock secret shows over on the website. Go learn more today. Today's the day, friend, just like Justin G over at thenewsjunkie.com. Whenever I see a story like this, I feel like everybody just kind of accepts this and moves on. And I think it's the weirdest thing. I don't know. I find these things, it happens too often for how strange and bizarre it is. But there's another story. I think even the Today Show was talking about this morning, about identical twins that also married identical twins. And every time I see that, I'm like, there's something really weird going on in this picture here.
I mean, twins all together are a strange phenomenon. And as the older sister of two identical twins is just... I've gone my entire life observing, and it wasn't really until I was an adult that I put things together. It was normal, obviously, when we were growing up, but I just see more and more that twins are on a completely different level that non-twins will never, ever understand.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's something going on there that you've seen firsthand where it seems like there's a different level of bonding. And I don't know if it's because, hey, we look the same. Hey,
in the same womb.
Yeah, we shared a womb together, so that makes us different. Or it's a wild, wild world. But when I see the twins marrying another set of identical twins, I go, this seems like an influencer thing or something. Like this seems like a strange thing that you would do here. And these two couples have done this. Caleb and Brooklyn Stutler exchanged vows first, with Jeremy and Kristen Stutler following shortly after. And now they all kind of like live together in a big happy family kind of thing.
Like also, I mean, I'm sure it's all over their Instagrams. But
oh, hell yeah.
It's also, I imagine, a twin thing where it's like they're starting a date and, before meeting the one they marry. And maybe there's some weird moments where twin A found someone that they really like, but twin B feels so left out. You don't hang out with me enough. Now imagine twin A finds the man or woman of her dreams and they have a twin. It's perfect. Now everyone can be happy at the same time because they all look like each other. They probably do some weird switch stuff too down the road.
Maybe. I mean, and these are the things that come into my mind. As weird as it is, I understand. Like, I think dating an identical twin is forever going to be weird because you will have somebody who would be like your wife, somebody that you're very familiar with intimately. And then there's somebody who is an identical version of them, but that person you don't do any of this stuff with. Right? Like that it seems so weird to me to kind of digest that in your head, especially if you're like living in close quarters with these people. But it's just normal in their world, I guess. And they were on the Today Show. Let's listen. Let's see how weird it goes.
I'm here in our studio. All right, meet the Selbys, identical twins who married identical twins. We can't wait to talk to them in just a minute. But first, let's check out their headline-making love.
So strange. And they have they both have kids. Both sets of couples have kids.
Here's the thing. As adults, we're still like same haircut, same kind of shirt, doing that thing.
Yep. Same haircut, same outfits, same, like, if they were in a room and they walked out and the other couple came in, I think almost nobody would notice a difference. You go, that's obviously the same people right there. That's who we've got right now. But
not all twins are like this.
No,
I can
of
at
course
least speak
not.
for my siblings that they are very, I don't know, proud's a weird word, but aware of their own identities.
Right.
And are not trying to just be matchy forever.
But that is why I think that this is a really bizarre thing, because I don't think most identical twins want to be in a situation like this. It seems like so much more for the influencer world. But they all have kids.
We're the Sylvie twins who married twins.
Big surprise, TikTok. Yep.
When the Selby family walks down the street, strangers often do a double take.
We do get some stares, but I don't know if they're siblings or if they're our twins that married the twins. I don't even know what's going on.
That's because they are identical twins who married identical twins.
This is so weird. So, and then, the whole TikTok is just going to be all them doing twin things with the twin couples intertwined. And, oh, no, I got you mixed up with my husband for a second. And all of this stuff. So weird, man. Very, very strange. What do you think? Let us know. Send a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com.
You think you could kill both twins in one go?
No, those guys look pretty big. I couldn't tell height-wise. There wasn't like a banana for size or anything like that. They looked a little soft, but they might have been tall guys, and that could have posed a problem. And I'm 6 foot, 205.8 pounds as of this morning, and that works to my advantage a little bit. But if those guys were like 5'8", well, two of them at 5'8", it's gonna be tough. Like two at a time, it's not good.
They could stack on top of each
Sounds
other.
like a porn I've watched.
If they formed into one on top of the other, chicken fight mega twin style, how am I supposed to beat that? I got no chance.
In a trench coat, you're done.
Yeah, I can't beat that. That's going to be too much for me. Here is let's see, an email coming in from tips@thenewsjunkie.com about Teslas. Charles says, I don't know if you've heard of or listened to Philip DeFranco. He does a daily current news podcast, excuse me. A little more serious than what you guys do and a lot shorter, but he's good. He interviewed the guy who did the self-driving test. He explained it pretty clearly. He's talking about Mark Rober, I think, that the intention he had behind everything wasn't like a bad intention. Apparently, he had this segment scheduled from sometime last year and wasn't aware of the political implications it would make in the future. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so he planned way in advance to do this Tesla gimmick and didn't think Elon Musk would be a major part of the Trump administration maybe at that point. And then once the video comes out, here you go. Apparently, he had this segment scheduled from sometime last year, wasn't aware of the political implications it would make in the future. Also, I guess it's been a controversy in the past about how Tesla's self-driving works, how it turns itself off right before impact. People have been talking about that since before this all happened, says Charles. Thank you, Charles. Peter says, hey, junkies, had to catch your March 19th show as a podcast because I was traveling when it was live. Well, that's fine. We don't care how you listen. However you tune in is fine by us. In the first segment, you discussed whether it was permissible to project an advertisement on another person's building without permission. I believe it's actually illegal in Jacksonville now. A few years ago, we had a rash of incidents where individuals projected swastikas onto buildings without permission.
Hey.
The city council passed an ordinance
permission, by the way,
to make unwanted projections illegal. I imagine it would apply to commercial advertisements as well as hate symbols. So Peter says, at least in Jacksonville, they let you do the projection stuff until somebody does the inevitable and puts the swastika up there. And then they're like, no more projection stuff. Can't do that. Some interesting law sorted out there. Over to ex-swimmer with a twin story. He says it's a crazy twin story.
Boy. Good after almost weekend junkies.
Hey.
I had a strange thing when I was growing up in our neighborhood. A family had 9 children. The mother had passed away during childbirth of the 9th child. The father, a year later, married his deceased wife's identical twin. To this day, so they must be married well over 30 years. So kind of a strange story, but it happened. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
Let me go back over this. When I was growing up, a family had 9 children.
Yes.
The mother passed away during childbirth of the 9th child.
Yes.
The father, a year later, married his dead wife's identical twin.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I
see
also
what's
choose this guy's dead wife's identical twin.
That's weird. I mean, when you talk about perfect replacements, it's about as good as it gets.
It's like, good thing I got a BOGO.
Although you have to remember, just like these sweet, sweet people who clone an animal or something, it doesn't bring about the same exact personality. In fact, the people's personality could be totally different. That's why our personality is the truest sense of our individual, everybody. That's right.
Thank you.
Yes, your personality is the thing that, even if I took some Josh DNA, cheek swab.
I'll see you later.
Thanks for on your chin.
Cheek swab. And I bring it into the lab. Bloop, you know, beakers are everywhere. There's bubbles going.
Laboratory.
I'm in the laboratory. Dexter, duplicate this human being. And Dexter says, here you go. Here's another Josh. New Josh pops up. That guy might be mega upbeat. That guy might be...
Hey, guys.
He might be 90s radio shock jock crazy.
Yeah, what's up, made in a lab, buddy?
He might be just wild. And he looks exactly like Josh. He has the same locks of hair and the same beard and everything, but he's like a totally different person. And that's the wild side of all of this.
You got that right. Now we're going to chug a gallon of water to try and win a Nintendo Wii.
I don't think we're supposed to replay that one. But
oh, no, I don't think so.
Here we go. Let's do Flip's dispatch. Hello?
So I hate front license plates. I think it makes cars look like garbage. It just totally ruins the appearance that the designers of the cars, originally had.
Yeah.
Here in Virginia, they do require front license plates, and they will pull you over for not having them. I haven't been pulled over yet. None of my cars have front license plates.
Damn.
In Ohio, where I was born and raised, they required it, but they never pulled me over. Only if you get pulled over for speeding will they throw an additional charge on it.
Okay, so it's not an offense that they could pull you over for. It's an also then. Like, you were speeding, so also we've got an extra little charge for you here for the front plate. I don't disagree with you, Flip. I don't. But I don't mind how it looks on the British cars. I don't mind. Their license plates seem like much more simple. They don't have as much fanfare
They
going
got
on.
the longer kind of low profile plates going.
Yeah, and I don't mind those. I think those are like if you're gonna have a front and back situation, that would be a better one. I think that would be more optimal. Let's do one more for now. Here is did we do this forgot password one? I don't know if we did or not.
Okay.
Let's go instead to the Brown Pony talking about Sean versus Sabrina.
All right, this is how this fight would go. Sabrina versus Sean.
Yeah.
Sean would beat the hell out of Sabrina the first 10 minutes. Then he would get so tired that he would just fall over, and then Sabrina will kill him however way she wants. Also, this final battle that you're talking about, I think you're going about it the wrong way. You don't avoid the 6'6" guy.
Okay.
You treat it like prison. So you find the biggest guy, you go right up to him,
make love to him,
and you have sex with him.
Wait,
nice.
Knew it.
That's not the prison thing.
It becomes the thing.
Have you been to prison?
The prison thing is you go up to the biggest guy and you fight him, isn't it? I've never heard like when my dad was telling me how to survive at school, Ned's Declassified style. My dad would go, if you have a problem, you go up to the biggest kid and you fight him. And then the other people will have respect for you. And I go, okay, Dad, whatever. And I go on with my day. But I heard that about prison too. Like you go into prison, take the biggest guy in the yard and fight him. And they'll go, this guy's tough. Number one, that's not how prison works. Prison is all gangs. And so this is going to be just miserable for you for the rest of your time there. Number two, I've never heard anybody say you find the biggest guy, you go right up to him, you smooch his face and have sex with him. I hadn't heard that as a strategy. Maybe I'm missing something here. We'll see what you think. We got more of your dispatches on the way. We got the next episode on deck in just a little bit here. And also the influencer from heaven. The influencer from heaven. That's right. Yeah. And people are flocking to hang out with a dead body. I swear to you, this is true. It's a really weird story, but it's going on now. We need to talk about some of the things surrounding this. So let's do that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, Orlando makes a pitch for the Jags games, a possible dangerous dog registry, and how did the U.S. do in the happiness poll? Plus, we'll do Date Night Done Right, Colbert Court. For trivia, it's tickets to Orlando City Soccer and Glass Animals, plus your calls, text, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's slowdowns northbound on the turnpike due to an accident before Hancock Road. Look out for a crash off to the shoulder on I-4 westbound at State Road 436, the off-ramp from I-4 westbound to Lake Mary.
I'm such a sucker. When I walk by the room and lady's in there just laying down sleeping and she just looks up with one little lady dog eye. I always think, well, should I give her a treat or something? But then that makes fat lady dog. And fat lady dog is no good. Even though she walks 2 miles every day, still don't want no fat lady dog. Because lady dog is 6 years old now, which is crazy to think about. 6 years old. I need her for another 10. Darth Tater says, I just gave my dog a treat. I'm telling you, we have like 3 different things. We have a cookie that she gets every night at exactly 10 o'clock. And if Lady Dog does not get that cookie at 10 o'clock, she will sit and stare at me, and she will not stop staring. And then if I don't react to that, is it 10 or 11? Either 10 or 11. We give her a cookie every night. And she loves these goddamn things. She absolutely loves these. And if I don't give it to her exactly on time, then she starts like pawing at me. She'll just sit, she'll stare at me for 20 minutes. She'll just stare exactly at me. Ass implants? I don't need I got kind of a big ass, if I'm honest with you. You can't tell because of what I'm wearing here. But larger than average ass. You guys are going to force me to put the iPad over there, aren't you? You're going to force me to put the screen up here, even though I think it's ugly and I don't want to do it because it's overkill, so that I can directly read the chats there. Should I do it? Yes or no? Should I get the chat screen here? And then I could kind of like move the skull over to this side. Like move the skull right here. And then have the iPad here with the chat. And then just always leave that iPad on. Or is that a fire issue? Crazy Drunk Cat Lady says, when I bend over like that, it feels like I'm going to moon you. I've done it. I think it's against TOS, though. I don't want to break the YouTube TOS. I'm a good boy. For now. But ass shouldn't be banned. Right? Like, assholes should be banned, but ass cheeks, what is wrong with ass cheeks? That's like the top of boobs with no nips. You're allowed to do that. It's like ass cleavage, right? That should be fine. Chat screen in a new divot? Well, you won't be able to see it anyways. I mean, I could put a little camera right here. And then I'd be like directly talking into this camera with this right here and the room mic right here. It's possible. But we don't need that. It's overkill, right? We don't need that. But I could do it. 3 minutes. You waiting for the hot tub stream? Oh, the numbers I would pull. The hot tub stream. Amaranth ain't got shit on me. I would deliver the numbers on that. We're talking at least 1K Andy. If I'm just sitting there in a human soup bowl at a moderate 99 to 103 degrees, just chilling in a hot tub with a pool noodle, oh, Feral Kitten says stay for a raid. I saw yesterday, I guess, on Twitch, and YouTube people, YouTube raids are so dumb and so hard. I don't know why they've done this. It's so stupid. YouTube raids should be as easy as Twitch raids. But after the show on Twitch, you can raid another channel. So all the audience, which is much, much smaller over on Twitch, all the audience gets redirected to somebody else's stream. And yesterday it was a person who was doing balloon animals. And they responded by writing the news junkie on the balloon animals. Some real wholesome, fun stuff there. And I like that. 90 seconds.
Capital One wants to help you hear more about today's top female athletes. Learn more about your favorite teams and keep more money in your wallet with no fees or minimums on checking accounts and no overdraft fees. Just ask the Capital One bank guy. It's pretty much all he talks about. In a good way. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One, NA member FDIC.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-687-7979. That's 800-687-7979. 800-687-7979.
college basketball. Back in the spotlight. March Hoops will have everyone talking.
You think you know what's going to happen, but it never goes as scripted.
Lock in Fox Sports Radio is your #1 preset on the iHeartRadio app for the hottest takes.
We're going to have a 72-team tournament in the next couple of years.
And complete tournament coverage. Plus, binge on-demand podcast with The Dan Patrick Show, The Herd with Colin Cowherd, and more. From tip-off to the final buzzer, search college basketball on the iHeartRadio app to stay in the know.
Savings Mania on used cars. Now from $58.88 at OrlandoNissan.com.
Mainlining today's top stories. You're listening to the news junkie, Sean Lawson.
Chat about the most viral stories of the day. Don't worry, you'll have fun. We'll yell a little bit from time to time, but mostly we're just talking about things that are interesting here on planet Earth. Find out more at thenewsjunkie.com. I'll tell you, I saw this lady today, and I thought, I don't know how I feel about this, but she's exploding all over the world of social media because you got to have your differentiator, right? If you're a youngin', if you're a young kid, and you want to have a popular YouTube channel, you want to go viral on TikTok, you want to use all that stuff, first thing you need to think about is, what's weird about me? What's my weird thing, my differentiator? What do I got going on? And then lean into that as much as you can. Because if you have something like that, the social media audience will like you, they'll lap it up.
Twitter, y'all see this?
If I had like no arms, I think things would be a little more difficult in my life, obviously.
Especially to post.
But our stream would be way bigger. Once somebody else fired off the stream for me, and if I just had like wood sticks hanging out of my arm sleeves over here,
look at my wood sticks.
Be like hugely successful just because you go, that guy's kicking ass.
You say that, but then, look what happened to Long Neck.
Mm-hmm.
Things got weird.
What happened to him?
Oh, he popped back up
weird.
recently. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing a video, I think it was with Mike Busey, because Long Neck was hanging out at the Sausage Castle for quite some time.
Right.
And then he was like, it got weird. Like, Long Neck just kind of hung around too much. And we realized maybe that window was closed.
Wasn't it Thick Neck, though? I'll explain all of this in a second. Didn't he just get in trouble for like some child stuff?
Oh, yeah. Those are two different people.
Yeah, like if you don't know, if you're not a very online person on all the social medias, on that one, and this one, and that one,
Twitter, y'all see this?
there was a guy who went viral because his differentiator was he had a giraffe neck. He had a big, long-ass neck. And then there was a guy who kind of became friends with him who had a big, thick, massive neck. And both of those guys were like, long neck, sure, whatever. Those two were hanging out with each other. And these kind of things work online. And that's why Granny Guns is popping off right now. She's the big thing. You got to hang out with her.
Granny Guns.
She's almost 70.
Yeah.
And her name is Marlene Flowers. And let me see if I can show folks on the stream this lady, because she really is in great shape. I can't lie. Her arms are called Granny Guns, and she's very, very proud of them. The whole thing is about like her being ripped and doing a bunch of weightlifting. We should have her on because she's from the state of Florida, I think.
Now, but she is ripped?
Yeah, she's fairly ripped. I'm trying to find a good example.
The natural progression of things is that as much as you work out, as you age, though, the skin kind of just hangs.
It gets
You're saying she was able to tighten it up.
She's probably able to lift more than I can. I'm looking now at one of her TikToks.
That's her?
No, that's her right there. All right, there. She's 70. She's in the gym. She's got some pretty good biceps.
She's flexing on the broccoli hair.
Yeah, she's got some young Zoomers around her, and she's like, "Here's how you do it." She's still rocking it at 70 years old, and this video has like 100,000 views. So I like it. It's unlocked. New title, The Strongest of Granny. Granny's a true inspiration. That's the way to go. And best granny ever. This is how you do it. She's 70 years old, man. There's hope for all of us at some point in time. I hope for all of us, except for Josh. No hope for him.
That's fine. I go to the gym
Yeah. That's right. Actually, you're probably the best off out of all of us because you've actually been going and training at the gym so far. Was this a 2025 thing?
It started at the end of 2024, so technically 2025 thing, I guess.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, thanks,
good for you.
Thanks, bro.
I knew you could do it. I never doubted you. The haters did, but I didn't do this at all.
That means a lot. Thank you.
I had
Catholics out there, God-fearing Catholics, have gathered in scores to get a glimpse of the first millennial saint to be. This is God's influencer, friends.
Oh, we talked about this kid.
Yeah, now he's on
Pretty
display.
incredible, man. Oh, he's on what?
He's on display.
Died like 15 years ago.
He died a while ago, but now they have him on display. He died in 2006.
Oh, it's almost 20 years ago.
Yep, and now they bring him around, and he's in it's like a casket with
see-through.
Yeah, like an ant farm kind of thing. Is the best I can explain. Like you got the casket, and then you have like a big glass cutout in the middle where everybody can go over and see him.
Not his first time being on display. Now that I'm seeing the picture, those of you not watching, it's exactly how Sean said it. Like almost if you were at the zoo and in the like reptile section.
Yeah, right.
Where it's like that small window, but everything around it's like the rocks, and they're in terrarium.
Yeah, like there would be a plaque up next to it that told you about the snake and what kind of things were going on.
I just remember seeing something like this quite some time ago, like the Wikipedia page. So the fact that this is
he's still
on tour.
Yep, yeah,
like Elton John.
The crazy thing is he died of acute leukemia in 2006, and he created a website to document every reported Eucharistic miracle.
He's a pretty incredible kid. I will say that. I was in a wormhole once they made the announcement that he was up for being a saint.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And just, it's unheard of for a child to live the life that he did. Very short, but just completely selfless.
They call him,
incredible.
They call him God's influencer. They said after being laid to rest in 2019, his holy legacy lived on. 2020, the miracle in which he healed a 6-year-old boy attributed to his intervention was recognized by the Vatican. They said there's a boy who was vomiting and risked dying, and then on the third day of prayers, he started eating. So either he had the flu or this was a grand miracle from the tech whiz kid Catholic dude. And now they got him on display. And it looks like, I'm not going to lie to you, it looks like he's wearing a Squid Game uniform. Okay. It looks like he's got the uniform from Squid Game. So
like he's one of the guys in charge or
one of the players. They have like the number on their little like tracksuit style thing. That's kind of what they're going for here. And another woman was cured of cancer after attending his funeral. They said there's been more, and it's a finger of God. They call it God's finger.
That's a tornado.
The finger of God is in a good way, not a tornado way, is at play here. That's what they're suggesting. Let's go over to you in just a bit here where you join us with your dispatches. The reviews I was talking about for Snow White, it's out now, I think, and they've done early release stuff. And the first round of reviews for Snow White, which is, had its problems, a lot of people said, whoa, early reviews are in and they really like it. Little secret for you. The early reviews from people who are invited to the premiere by Disney or invited to whatever movie premiere are always going to be good because it's a bunch of people who are like, ooh, we got invited to the thing. We're on the red carpet. There's a spread of food, free drinks. There was a little mine set up where they could pretend mine for jewels like they were a bunch of the dwarves.
Fun.
And of course you want access. So the early reviewer is like, this is way better than anticipated. But then it rolls out to all critics, top critics. With all critics so far, not doing too hot. It's got a 47% on Metacritic, and it's got a 29 with top critics. That's not very great. Some of the reviews, though, remind me that not only is this movie problematic, but the entire job of being a movie reviewer is every bit as dumb as I say it is every time I talk about this. That someone gets paid a paycheck to do this, like Odie Henderson of the Boston Globe, who said, I had high hopes that Snow White would make me happy. Instead, this dopey remake made me sleepy and grumpy. 1.5 out of 4.
Paid.
Yeah, all of these kind of things where I see this, I go, Some parts of the film work better than others, says RogerEbert.com, the site of the guy who's dead. But much like the millennial influencer for the Catholic Church, his sarcophagus is wheeled around to sell reviews on websites. And it says some parts of this film work better than others, but none of it is the sweetness and imagination of the animated feature. This Snow White is not the fairest of them all. It's just, well, fair, they say. All those stupid lines. A bunch of nonsense. 1 out of 5 from The Independent. Clarice, who says, with Snow White, they've finessed their formula. Do the bare minimum to make a film, then simply slap a bunch of cutesy CGI animals all over it and hope nobody notices. The story is cluttered, the tone is muddled, and the pacing is off. It doesn't make the film a disaster, Nicholas Barber says of the BBC. In some ways, the identity crisis is what makes it worth seeing. 3 out of 5. Overall, not great. Not great. And I'm still blown away that people get to make a living off of this stuff. Snow White has been so cleansed of anything that might offend, it also lacks anything that would make it memorable. D+, says this person. Just not great across the board. So there you go. Let us know.
With a grain of salt. Everyone just wants to crap on everything all the time.
Nick Shager? This is what they do. This is what they get paid for. Not that they should, but regular people can do the reviewing, folks. We don't need experts for this. No magic mirror is needed to identify it as the lamest the lamest mouse house redo of them all, says Nick. There you go. Good luck to you. All these people, soft people. Absolutely just the softest of people.
Kill all of them.
Maybe. There might be one movie reviewer out there. I know I could kill one of the was it the Roper guy? I think Roper was the one that I met. Ebert and Roper was the thing for a little while, and then Roper went on to do his own thing, and I've run into him before, and he's very soft. Very, very, very soft. I think he was like carrying a nail file when I was talking to him. Like it was.
How could he?
Yeah, it seemed easy mark.
Probably sharpening his nails. Your face.
Maybe he's on another level. He's playing like 3D chess, checkers, all of them. Maybe I'm completely outmatched. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
I'm so glad you asked. What's coming up on the next episode? Iron Maiden once said, bring your daughter to the slaughter, but recent reports claim by daughter they mean tour plane. David Draymond from Disturbed is suing his former landlord because his rental home caused him lots of chews. Plus, you're going to flip when I tell you the name of Sia's most recent child. And a hint, it's not Spica or Hira. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. And on this first day of spring, it is going to be 83 degrees. Now, we may have a sprinkle this afternoon. There's a weak cold front coming through. Very little moisture to work with, so I don't think we're going to have much, if any, rain today. But tomorrow will be cooler. Our high 71. We're going to bounce back to the upper 70s this weekend. And in fact, by Sunday, we should jump into the mid-80s. Our next chance of rain holds off until early next week. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/credit card.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. You know, one of the things that sets us apart from other Kia dealers is how much we can offer for your trade. When you bring us your car, over 40 Greenway dealerships.
Let's go, Mike, on. The next episode incoming. I think we have like 3 minutes. 3 minutes-ish. Don't quote me on that. It's around this time that I have to figure out what song is the best song to end the show on today. Trying to nail that vibe. Hello, Sharkbait. How are you? I've always said Sharkbait is one of my favorites. I've told people wherever I go far and wide. Have you heard of shark bait? Shark bait's #1 in my book. Huge fan. Big fan, huge fan. Still haven't asked Josh if he's doing the next episode, or the This Week in Florida, rather, tomorrow. Still not sure about that. We'll see. A stunning amount of comments on my feet. I am at my home studio. Why on earth, and I've thought about this more than I want to admit, why on earth would I have shoes and socks on? Why would I ever do that? It's undeniably less comfortable. The shoe gets dirty stuff on it all day long, walking around, going everywhere, and then I have them in my house. I only put shoes on when I'm going somewhere. So right now I'm going here. If you guys think I need to step it up, I'll do it, but I don't need to do that. Now, white feet, what color are you expecting my feet would be? As awesome as it would be if I had black feet. God damn, I would be so famous on TikTok if I had black feet. Everything the same, everything exactly the same, just black feet. Right? TikTok.com/whiteface black feet. White hands, black feet. #1. Huge. Putting up numbers.
Fair. Orlando.
When it comes to deciding what you ride, nobody's going to convince you that there's anything better than a Harley. Case closed. The judge and jury event is in session at Space Coast Harley-Davidson. So make your ruling and trade in and trade up to a new Harley. Right now, buy a new Harley and get NADA retail for your trade. Shop anytime at SpaceCoastHarley.com. Here come the judge. Make your decision at Space Coast Harley-Davidson.
Yo, it's Angel from the Monsters. You want a big green egg? For the lowest prices anywhere, you got to go to my friends, Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up your big green egg so that you are cooking before they leave. Follow Wassie's Meat Market on Instagram or go to wassiesmeatmarket.com for your big green egg today.
It's tax season. By now, we're all a bit tired of numbers, but here's one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number, 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed. Save up to 40% in your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit lifelock.com. That's lifelock.com, promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real, no proof or no radio.
The game of magnets. Taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
Sean Wasson, that's me. VIP tickets before you know it. So make sure you're hanging out with us each and every day because those are going to go incredibly fast. VIP for the big roast before you know it. When? We can't announce that just yet, but soon enough. You can join the show with the dispatch. You can also email the show if you're a little worried about your voice being on alongside of us. Personally, I'd love to see you with a video dispatch. I think that's awesome. But audio dispatches are good. You can check out a bunch of the ones that get approved over on the website, like the one earlier that we were all talking about from All Day Yuckers, which was real funny, a great visual of a secret door opening in the studio here when the Skull Mic button was pressed. All of that available over on the newsjunkie.com, that in the dispatches section. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
I want to get the stuffed crust pizza.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. the next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. That's where you get the process started. Refinancing, buying your first dream home. Maybe you have a mortgage quote. You're wondering if it's any good. If you got the best deal, well, That Mortgage Guy Don is here to help. He is a friend. He is looking out for you and your family, and he is going to treat you like you're the number one person in the world, because you are, and you deserve the number one person to help you out, and that's That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with That Mortgage Guy Don.com.
Hey, Frank. It was...
We got visitors there at HQ?
The engineer who was like, she doesn't have a lid on that cup. 77 years ago, 1948, this song right here. Not this version, though. That is right. And in 1948, from the vaulted Disney classic Song of the South, it won Best Original Song at the 20th Academy Awards.
Wow.
77 years ago. On the same day. Ow.
Did you just smash that into your teeth?
No, but just at the bottom of my hand. Now I have, it's like a funny bone kind of moment.
Oh, no.
Not funny. 34 years ago, same day, 1991, Eric Clapton's 4-year-old son had a slippity-doo-dah. And fell to his death from the 53rd floor window of his mother's apartment.
Jesus Christ.
I got nothing. I think I'm going to go ahead and avoid wading in those troubled waters.
Yeah.
Because Kanye's doing it.
All right. What's he got?
He went I Am Sam with his latest tweet, now deleted, but of course, internet screenshot.
Oh, no.
Is that full retard? Is that what?
Yeah.
Technically, that's Simple Jack from the hit film Tropic Thunder.
True.
Kanye West, I don't know how there's any bridges left to burn, but he has now launched his latest Twitter/X attack on Jay-Z and Beyonce, more accurately, after their children. To put it gently, for now, Kanye questioned the mental capacity of their twins, Rumi and Sir.
Oh, really?
To be completely blunt and read it as it is, kind of, he called them the R word and blamed it on the fact that they were conceived via artificial insemination. I did take the tweet down, but it is still being talked about all around these here United States and beyond. I regret taking it down. My Twitter is a one-way conversation, but he did mention that he believes we don't see the twins anymore because they are fully mentally disabled.
Wait, did you say he took it down and then
took it down and said he regrets taking it down?
Well, couldn't he just put it back up again if he wanted to?
I don't know. It's all very painful to watch. So, yeah, good luck. We'll see what happens after that. He also dropped his new album yesterday. So that's the one with the anti-Semitic sound.
Nice.
I'm sorry?
I said nice.
So, babies, am I right?
What's an anti-Semitic sound? Is that like the overall vibe of the record? Is an anti-Semitic vibe?
He said that he created a new sound that is in this album, and he calls it anti-Semitic sound.
Okay, I guess what the problem is I'm thinking like sound effect.
I heard that too.
Yeah, I'm thinking like a clip, like I'm Jewish, or like something that would be put onto a beat, and then that would be the track. But you're saying just like overall, like a sound like R&B or something.
I'm not going to give it a listen, but I guess we'll see it when the reviews come in.
Very close-minded of you.
I'm fine. Sia had a baby.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
And she has kept both her personal life and her eyes and eyebrows very private for quite some time. According to documents obtained by the AP, Sia welcomed a baby with her now estranged husband.
Oh,
Thanksgiving's going to be awkward. But the best part is the baby's name.
What's the baby's name?
It's Sia's third child. She did adopt 2 18-year-old boys in 2019. And the baby's name is, drumroll please, never mind. Somersault.
That's the baby's name?
Somersault.
That's really bad.
Somersault.
That's the first
Get
name?
your ass over here.
Can Somersault do a somersault?
What's Sia's last name?
Slater.
Well done. I
Thank
was
you.
trying to think of something.
That was so stupid.
Also, documents have been obtained besides, I guess, the birth certificate of Somersault the baby.
Furler? Somersault Furler? What is this?
Somersault backflip. Somersault and pepper.
Nice.
The divorce is also happening, so we do not know who's if it's Somersault's going to go to a family or just be split. That's a gym move, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Thank you so much. This is kind of exciting for everyone thought that we would never see it, but according to some reports, there are talks that we might get Coyote v. Acme.
Well, I thought that was already done with.
Well, you thought wrong, kind of. They say after becoming a victim of WB's controversial cost-cutting a few years ago, Coyote vs. Acme may be on the verge of being saved. It's being reported that WB is in talks to offload the feature and pay for it and bring it to a theater near you, or for the love of God. No, are they with Max? Has that been already determined? Or if they release their own streaming service, I think I might smash my head against a wall.
That's too much. Well, who was John Cena in that movie, the Wile E. Coyote
John
movie?
Cena wasn't Will Arnett or something like
Okay.
that. I remember those that were involved were very disappointed.
It must have been so bad, though. Like some of the movies that are released, I watch and I go, God, that was horrible. And that one, they didn't even shelve that one. What's going on?
Now with the hype of, you thought you were never going to see it, it's in the vault and burnt to the ground, then the numbers will be great.
I would watch it on demand for free because of that hype.
You
Because
say
that hype
free
alone.
because you have that secret little download thing going on?
No, like if it was on a Hulu or a Netflix, I would watch that and I would be all good with it. But I don't know that I would put much more effort into it. Although, like, remember when the Velma cartoon came out and they go, it's so bad and it's so like clunky.
I
and
liked it.
And
I thought it was very funny.
All these people hated it because it was all woke and stuff. But the
Well, because
hate
he was
watching, I don't remember all the stuff about this, but that was a long time ago. But all the hate watching, they said at least, like gave it a big spike in viewers, and then they had renewed it for a new season. I don't know what happened to it after that, but maybe that would draw in enough eyeballs. I don't know.
We'll see. They already tried to sell it once. Early last year, they tried to sell this movie for how much? Do you believe, gentlemen?
$50 million.
That's a guess.
$250 million.
That is too high. It was $70 million, and that is believed to be the same range as the film's budget. So right now, we're just trying to break even at this point.
God damn.
You okay?
No, I'm just thinking about spending $250 million on nothing. Just
people do it all the time.
There's camera people, there's lighting people, there's sound people, there's script writers, there's trailers, there's all of these people.
Or you
and
just
nothing
wait
comes out
until it gets into the public domain. Because that is where you can get a big bang for your buck that you're not really banging bucks for. It is free, and you could just reimagine everything to be a horror movie. Steamboat Willie, the version of Mickey Mouse, becomes a brutal murderer in the upcoming horror flick Screamboat. And they say all of Willie's victims include knockoff Disney princesses.
All right.
Called the Party Princesses.
Oh, boy. You're going to get it, Cinderella. I told you the Peter Pan one, if you like gruesome horror movies, was not the worst thing I've seen.
Wasn't Peter a pervert?
There was there was a lot of different storylines going on, but it was like a brutal horror movie that looked very nice. It was very well polished and stuff.
So we can meet in Screamboat Jazzy, who of course Jasmine, Aladdin, Cindy, Cinderella. They really didn't get creative with this at all. Bella, which is Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, okay.
Ariana, Ariel, and Rory Aurora, Sleeping Beauty. Of course, they can use the actual Disney princess names because Steamboat Willie is the only thing in public domain. It will be partially filmed on Staten Island ferry boat owned by Pete Davidson and Colin Jost, and will be hitting theaters.
What a twist.
Of
April
course it will.
2nd. Also, public domain crossover. We can look forward to Mickey vs. Winnie. Dark Domain is what they're calling it.
Oh, bother.
Upcoming horror films include 2 convicts in the 1920s who escape into a cursed forest only to be dragged and consumed into the depths of the dark forest muddy heart.
I still would like a dark featurette about Eeyore. Just about like how into the doldrums Eeyore actually is. Maybe he's a heroin addict. I don't know.
I feel like that's so go-to.
Really deep, dark. He's got problems.
Complete misanthrope.
Uh-huh.
The 100-acre woods is going to get it today.
It's everything in him. It takes every little bit of him just to get through each day.
And Tigger's on cocaine. That was
Right.
even
Oh,
during the
definitely.
actual show.
He's bouncing around on his tail and stuff.
And I have run out of time, so I will just leave you with the boob tube, unless... Do we have a J-Lo story? Do we have a J-Lo story?
Yeah, maybe.
Wait, no.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, what is it called? Mucho burrito?
Taco flavored kisses.
Okay, thank you.
Make a mucho burrito.
Hola.
Mucho burrito.
All right, and this is, I'm glad I get to be here for, damn it, it's an
Let's
ad.
go.
And it is now time for, do you have a name for this segment when I'm not here?
No, we ignore it, really.
This Week in J-Lo. It's the whole scene. Damn it.
You know, we can do this another time.
Okay, fine.
I'm sorry.
We have Grey's Anatomy tonight on ABC. 3rd season premiere of Farmer Wants a Wife. But does the wife want the farmer?
So true.
Series premiere of The Residents on Netflix. Den of Thieves 2, Pantera. Happy Face on Paramount Plus. And you can catch Adam Scott and Senator Adam Schiff on Kimmel. Follow your dreams. I'm on Instagram. At Sabrina Ambra. Real Radio just posted a new video from a Fun Share the Show Tuesday this past week. Give it a watch. Why don't you? And say it with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina.
You better have the J-Lo segment ready tomorrow.
This is he does that when you're
that's
not
fine.
here.
That's
the
why I
whole
want to see it.
gimmick. The whole gimmick is that you're not here when he does that.
So we can't do it while I'm here?
We tried. We gave it a shot, and
That was my bad. That was
no,
my
it's fine. We're gonna take a quick break though. That's what we're gonna do. Quick break right here, and we've got.
Have I gotten taller in the last 20 minutes?
Is your microphone growing? It's like running into it twice as much now. There it is, right there. Oh, you got it. Got it.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's back there. You're safe. You're totally safe back there. We got in jury duty coming up in a bit. We have an update on the story that I'm trying to drag people along for the ride with this Dominican Republic murder mystery story, because I think it's really shaping up to be an interesting kind of whodunit, and I feel for the family, so we should watch it. But people have been resistant so far. Wait till you hear the new details. You might change your mind. And another town hall gone wrong? ? Wait till you hear this audio. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's like a text message with your voice. The TalkBack feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
Emergency crews are clearing up an accident on I-4 eastbound near State Road 408. There's a crash, slowing down traffic on Florida's Turnpike northbound before Hancock Road. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways. The right lane's blocked on Lake Mary Boulevard near Reinhardt Road. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Shoe Station.
Shoe Station is now open at Seminole Town Center in Sanford. Experience shoe shopping like never before with all the brands you love like Brooks, Birkenstock, Cole Haan, New Balance, Skechers, and more. Visit Shoe Station, now open at Seminole Town Center.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Kevin, why is my auto insurance so expensive? I need to switch because my company raised my rates again.
I hear you, Jay. I had the same problem, but then I called Acceptance. They saved me hundreds on my car insurance.
Really?
Yes, Acceptance was great. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Do you have their number?
Sure do. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
7049.
Why pay more for auto insurance? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance shop for you by comparing and finding the best rates. You could save up to 30%. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Acceptance Insurance. We shop, you save. Restrictions apply based on Q1 2020.
Let's go, Mike. Activated. Activated. So, who has an Amazon smart device? Amazon yes or Amazon no? Who has an Amazon smart device? Because they're about to change everything for Amazon. In the upcoming update, which I think is like in a month or so, you will no longer be able to make it so it doesn't save your voice recordings. Like you drunkenly asking Alexa stuff, everybody's will be recorded. You cannot stop them from recording your questions and storing them in the cloud. God knows what happens after that. Does this bother you? Or are you in the group of people who have sort of resigned that there's no privacy moving forward? You're completely out there and people are going to hear this stuff. But you cannot have it set anymore so it doesn't record your Amazon queries. Which I bet is because, what do they want? I bet Amazon wants to keep building that like Ask Alexa Answers, whatever, Alexa Answers database, which is so bad. It's so low quality. Yahoo Answers is better. Amazon, yes. Crazy drunk cat lady doesn't care. The concept bothers me, but I don't use Alexa. I don't talk to computers. Dude, I talk to computers so much. Are you kidding me? And that's not a nerd flex. I use Grok on Twitter. I use Grok so much. I'll go out in my backyard and I'll be like, we just got this new plant. This plant, the leaves are turning yellow here. And it'll say, that type of plant is this. I looked at your weather for the last 4 weeks. And I compared the amount of rainfall. And also it looks like when I look at the soil, you need to do this, this, and this. And make sure here's your watering schedule for ideal. Like, what the hell? That's awesome. Love it. That's valuable stuff. I can't not do that. Delivery Penguin says, Sean, is there a secret show tonight? There is not a secret show live tonight. We recorded it on Tuesday because Celine is in Costa Rica. And I'll probably release it this afternoon. I'll probably release the new secret show, which you'll like, I think. It was a fun time. We'll probably release that this afternoon so that tomorrow, after I get the show done, after I get the podcast done, after I get all my videos done, I could kick into the weekend and secret shows will already be posted. If you're not a subscriber, do it, please. Do it, please, or gift some subs. Somebody gift some subs. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Click that gift button to spread the word on secret shows. I'll give you a shout out. Those are invaluable.
Thank you for making Mercedes-Benz of South Orlando one of the premier luxury dealerships in Central Florida. We are the official dealer of luxury, providing the ultimate VIP experience at a price you can afford. Call Monica Ventura at 689-319-7680. That's 689-319-7680. We guarantee you will be treated like VIP and nothing less. Across from the mall at Millennial.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, spruce, spruce.
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
Hey guys, it's Eliza. Get ready for me.
Eliza, the Get Ready Tour.
You know when you're eating and you take like one extra bite too much and you can feel yourself gain weight? Because your bra gets tight, I call it the thickening. Marriage is every morning for the rest of your life, waking up next to someone and having to hear a full report of how that person slept.
March 30th, inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock Tampa. For tickets, go to hardrocktampa.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom. This
fumbled the bag so hard on all this smart speaker stuff. They literally had the market cornered. They had absolutely everything you could ever ask for. They were in all of our houses, and all the screens, all the little speakers, and then they screwed everything up. And I think it's only going to get worse from here, honestly. I do. They're still
threw a couple of my devices against the wall last night.
Look, they're dumb. The devices are just dumb now in comparison. I was talking about before how I use Grok, which is the Twitter AI, /X AI, whatever. I use that one a lot, and it, to me, has been the best that I've messed around with. It could do a lot of stuff. But I can take a picture of a plant in my backyard in a pot, and I go, this is a new plant we got 4 weeks ago, and it was doing really well for 1 week, but then it started to get a little yellow on the leaves here, and then it'll go, I've analyzed the weather in your area, which I know from previous answers is this area, and then here's how much rainfall you've had. And I could also see that this kind of plant is next to it, which is not, it's crazy, man. Like that level is crazy. And then Amazon, you go, Amazon, what is a birthday cake? And cannot compute, it's dumb. It can't give you anything back. It's really that bad. And now Amazon Echo users, according to TechSpot, are concerned about their privacy, and they have something else to worry about on March 28th. That's 8 days from now. That's the date when supported devices will lose the option to store and process Alexa requests locally. All voice recordings will be sent to the cloud after that. So you can't make it so your recordings don't exist out there. They're going to take everybody's questions, all your drunken ramblings to your smart speaker. That's going to completely disappear. It used to say don't save recordings as a setting, but after that, you couldn't do anything. And I know I see the stories about this, and it's like people are going to be mad, privacy issues. I honestly think that so few people have these privacy concerns anymore. It's just built into, especially anybody under the age of 50. It's built into us. Everybody under the age of 50 is like, oh no, do they have my name and my address?
They already have our social security numbers, so what's the point?
Yeah, they've got all of it. They've got everything. And people have kind of resigned to the fact that their info is going to be out there a lot more now. But I would be, and I remain irritated that they suck as bad as they do. Because we're in the age of AI, and they're still doing Yahoo answers, basically. It's just so bad and dumb. And now your voice recordings are all going to the cloud.
Simplest of tasks. Or it's like, at one point, I did have it all figured out at my house because I have a Fire TV, like from Amazon, the actual full TV. So I was able to like turn it on and off, raise the volume, go to Fox 35 if I wanted to watch the news in the morning.
Right.
And then it's just like, I don't understand. I don't understand. It seems like you're not speaking English. And I'm like, we've been doing this for months. Like, how is this system not learning anything?
It's
at
so
this point,
bad.
We're going to have a full-blown conversation with my ChatGPT boyfriend.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. I don't know why they have not. Maybe they're lazy. Maybe they had such big market share with Alexas that they said, well, we'll always be number one. Sergeant
Where's
Dave
all the money going? I'm paying every year.
Sergeant Dave on YouTube says, we're switching everything to Apple HomeKit because of this.
It's a little more. It's pretty sweet. Like I can't tell my phone to turn off the Apple TV, which is cool.
That is cool.
Oh, with the new Apple AI stuff, you're saying?
No, I could just say, "Hey Siri, turn off Apple TV, turn on, raise the volume," and as long as, I mean, it's two of my TVs, and it works just fine.
Yeah, I like that stuff. I like a lot of different tech gadgetry type stuff, but you know what I don't really foresee myself wanting, and maybe you guys are different on this. Josh, maybe this is your future house, right? Maybe this is maybe you're going to take your house and implement this, okay? But I don't want this thing where I walk into the front door and it's like, "Hello, Sean, house speaking, turning on living room, putting volume at 68 degrees, starting a pot of coffee." I don't want my house to be a digitized version of Pee Wee Herman's house.
I don't dislike that.
Or
I don't
smart
want all
house
those
for millennials. Now, I recently rewatched Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Okay.
Classic. And so classic. I didn't realize it's 20 years old. And you look at like these secret agents, assassins, and their technology that they used that, you know, for the movie itself is what we use every single day. Like, they, in order to get into the secret layer under the kitchen sink, Angelina Jolie had to be like, "Angelina Jolie," and his voice activated. I'm like, we talk to our phones and Alexa like that.
They've got a little screen on their watch, and they like, you know,
Isn't
talking.
that so weird?
Like, where I thought it would be
mine's
different.
going to be mush 20 years from now.
All of them are. Nobody can spell anymore. Nobody can do any
Spelling
of these things.
is hard.
It's all falling apart. Let's see what we got. Some clips to touch on here. There's a lot of people upset about the attack on Teslas, mostly Tesla owners, right? Tesla owners, hardest impacted. People who are from all sorts of political backgrounds, who bought a car 6 years ago and said, didn't have this on the bingo card, that some lunatic was going to pull up next to me. I saw some guy, I don't know where he's at, but he's in his car, and he pulls up next to the Tesla, and he's just like, middle finger at whoever the driver is. And I'm like, "Sir, you don't even know who that person is. Maybe you guys are totally in agreement politically, and he's just driving his car."
He's like behind the glass going, "No, I get it. I hate the car too. I'm sorry."
It's very hard to get rid of a car and buy a new one these days.
Oh, the poor people who are driving these things who didn't want to get political. And now the latest chat on Fox News about this is talking about potential punishments. Let's listen to him.
If there's someone in one of these cars, they blow up. That can happen. That becomes murder or worse.
All right, so they're doom and gloom it. Yeah. What's worse?
Double murder.
Murder or worse is
expelled.
So they're saying, what happens if somebody dies? And that could happen. Who knows? People are getting nuts, blowing stuff up. But they're going forward to the future.
If there's someone in one of these cars, they blow up. That can happen. That becomes murder or worse. Terrorism plus.
Terrorism. Are you subscribed to Terrorism Plus? It's like, comes with all the benefits you could ever ask for.
Taliban today.
No ads.
Terrorism Plus. Okay.
I know that on January 20th, the president signed into law, through an executive order, restoring the death penalty. Do you think this sort of thing, and I hate to think it, people leave their children and pets in cars. I mean, you don't know. This is deadly, dangerous stuff these liberal protesters are playing with.
Is she calling for the death penalty for people who leave stuff in cars, too?
For the liberal protesters.
I think she's saying if you happen to leave your baby or dog in your Tesla and someone blows up your Tesla, you should get the death penalty for killing the baby and or dog.
Remember when leaving your babies and dogs in the car was the bad thing?
Yeah.
Now it's like, but people are doing it. So what if it's a Tesla and that gets blown up? Could be worse than murder.
Don't get me wrong. Everybody who lights a Tesla on fire or does some sort of damage to them should be arrested and should go to jail. But the death penalty seems crazy. That seems...
Yeah, I think maybe hot take here. I agree with you that that might be too much.
I don't know. I mean, if they kill somebody in a Tesla...
Or terrorism.
Plus.
Or terrorism plus, then maybe we go further and maybe they get the death penalty if you're going to do that sort of thing. I don't know. That just seems a little strange.
Yes, it is, Harris. And what I can tell you is that President Trump condemns this violence.
He's gonna kill them all.
And he is determined to restore law and order in our country. And he will ensure that the harshest penalties are pursued for those who are engaging in this vicious violence that we have seen targeted at this American company, Tesla dealerships.
Oh, man. So it's coming down hard these days. And now the latest is maybe death penalty for the Tesla people, or the most egregious of them, and the people who leave their dogs and kids in their cars, which I will tell you, there are two types of people who leave their kids in their car. One type of person is just the kid was quiet and sleeping and you forgot for 6 seconds and they say, oh, the kid's in the car. The other type is the kid that leaves, or the person who leaves the kid in the car for a crazy amount of time and has done something really bad. You know, let's not give the death penalty to all of them.
I mean,
the people who
that's
forget,
now,
the people who forget for a second, they should be able to fight this. And
also,
also
don't forget for a second, Sean, that we are a generation of hot car survivors.
Yeah,
it turned
I
out
survived.
just fine.
I'm
No
thriving.
one was breaking out the windows. As a matter of fact, I would get in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
And wait for my mom. I didn't want to go into Publix. I wanted to pretend I was driving for 20 minutes.
Yeah, my dad would leave me in the car all the time like that. He'd go into the auto parts store. It was the
I
worst.
think with your dad, though, it was windows up, which was really intense.
He would leave the windows up in his Jeep Cherokee, and that thing was hot already. And then I would get so bored because he would be in the auto parts store for so long. I would try to see ghosts or just like whatever else.
See ghosts?
You sure that wasn't like the heat getting to you?
No, when the heat was getting to me, I was like, if I squint really hard, do you think I could see ghosts? And never saw a ghost, but it got hot in there. It scrambled some stuff. It was bad.
No, we can see that for sure.
But I wonder if, here's the guy who drives next to the Tesla and just full on flips the bird and just because. The person says they have a pink Cybertruck and you get harassed daily by strangers.
I mean, I would flick off a pink Cybertruck.
That might not
You
even
already
be
have
political.
a Cybertruck. Why do I have to do the pink?
I'm not going to flip off anybody or flick off. I don't know what the correct one is. I never do. But I'm not going to flip them off based on what they're driving, although it might be tempting from time to time. But people are doing this. This guy is doing this. And he's Elon mad. He's one of the Tesla ragers. But can't Tesla, isn't one of their things that they can push updates to the cars real quick? So
yes.
Can they push something that would, if somebody starts to key the car, mega alarm goes off, or
it shocks them.
It shocks them with their key on the side of the vehicle, or when somebody's next to you and they flip you the middle finger, when it detects the middle finger, it shoots out your window washer fluid, but a little bit harder, so it hits the
acid.
people. Maybe
so
it's some acid. If we're going death penalty on these folks, you might as well go acid on that.
Now, riddle me this. Let's say this all gets so intense that they're like, Elon, we're just gonna have to ask you to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean everyone stops? Everyone gets the memo, and Tesla dealerships and drivers get to go on their merry way?
I don't know. I really feel, and I've
this is
said
not
it
a
before.
Tesla thing. It's not about the company. It is about Elon.
No, I really believe these are people who are emotionally like hyper engaged on the political front, and they just want somewhere to vent frustrations. And because a lot of people have gotten away with that, people just do it. Or some people don't care, you know? Like some of the end of the world doomer climate protester kids, they'll know that they're going to go to jail for throwing a can of soup on a painting, but they'll still do it.
Waste of good soup.
I don't get any of this. I think it's dumb. I think they should all be punished. I think if you want to protest, badass, do your thing. Go for it. It's America. Have at it. If you want to protest and then break the law, too bad, so sad, off to prison with you, or, charged or whatever. Dealt with in the judicial sense. There should be no freebie crimes because you were really emotional about something politically. That shouldn't be acceptable. But they're talking about, this is the press secretary talking about the the thing before about buying Tesla stock. Buy it. It's a great deal.
The Commerce Secretary yesterday said that Tesla stock is something that Americans should be buying. Is that the stance of the administration, that people should be investing in? Is that something that the Commerce Secretary should be recommending?
I think the Commerce Secretary was reiterating that the president supports an American-made company like Tesla, who produces a very good product for the American people, which was beloved by the American people, particularly Democrats, until Elon Musk decided to vote for Donald Trump. And now we've seen despicable and unacceptable violence taking place across our country at Tesla dealerships against workers, employees, and also innocent Americans who drive these vehicles.
The people who are just driving the Tesla is hardest hit. Amy on YouTube says, everybody's frustrated about something, just not all of us are assholes about it. Amy, that is absolutely correct.
Give
we
her
all
a
have
star.
tough times. I struggle with it all the time. Yesterday on the show, all right, I'm sitting here in the chair. C-Lane is like supposed to fire up all the things, get all the cameras going, but it's not all up and ready. Then I can't log in to see the station on my screen next to me. Oh, God. And then right in this moment where just a few minutes before the show, things were going sideways, Courtney opened the door. And I looked over at her and I said, not right now.
Oh, that's rude.
Right? And then I said, oh, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm just frustrated with something else right now. I didn't mean for that to sound rude. I didn't mean to take that out on you. I'm sorry. And then she's like, oh, it's okay. It's fine. And then I went to go pay attention. I was like, no, I shouldn't have said, I'm sorry that. And then the clock is ticking.
You apologized.
Like MacGyver going back and forth. And so these are the things that happen. You have to try to, I don't know. I know this sounds crazy. Control yourself.
No.
You have to try to control
deep
yourself.
Breaths, you know? Actually, I saw this thing online. You go in through your nose, and then right when you think you're about to breathe out, do one more.
Oh, a double?
Yeah. And that kind of resets your brain for a second there.
I do feel better.
Until something else triggers you 2 seconds later.
I've always wanted to go to a yoga class to really try to get to that level, but I determined...
You'd be in child's pose the entire time.
But I determined like 3 years ago, the like whole front several rows of the yoga class is just people who are showing off. And I don't like that.
You're not supposed to be looking at them.
I don't like that they're like so much better and they're doing all the moves, and then they look down on you when you're like a newbie and you don't know what you're doing with your yoga stuff. It's the same thing at the gym. All forms of exercise.
No gym. But yoga classes I did for many years. They can be quite nice, but you got to find the class for you. I have something. I think something perfect for you, Sean.
What's that? I'm all ears.
Great segue into the yoga life, because no one has any judgments and tries to show off when you're at baby goat yoga.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, you can hold a plank much longer when you have a cute little baby goat jumping on your back.
I like it. It sounds
it's a great
adorable.
Workout.
But am I actually going to get in shape?
Oh, you do.
That's what I'm looking
because
for.
You're concentrating on trying to not knock off the baby goat, and you end up like holding a stance for quite some time.
All right. I'll try it. I would give that a whirl. We'll have to see how it goes. We'll start with that, and then we'll move up from there.
Tips at thenewsjunkie.com.
We still got to get to this town hall that went sideways. It was kind of a fun back and forth. We'll peek into that and listen together. That's coming up in just a moment. And then lots of people with thoughts on the show today, and we'll get into the latest of those. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's bumper-to-bumper traffic southbound on Florida's Turnpike due to an accident between Hancock Road and Oakland Exchange. The left lane's blocked there. There's slowdowns northbound on Florida's Turnpike due to an earlier accident as well. Look out for a crash. Slowing down traffic on I-4 eastbound heading through the city approaching State Road 408. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Batteries Plus. Lose your key? Don't get stuck without a spare. At Batteries Plus, you can get a key fob for up to 50% less than what a dealership would charge. Keys cut, key fobs programmed, and batteries replaced on the spot. Avoid a car key catastrophe. Get a spare key today at Batteries Plus.
Sunnyside Electric.
Hi, I've got a circuit breaker that keeps popping.
Okay, let me go online to get you scheduled.
That's great. Come on, what kind of a low-tech operation is this?
Here we go.
You've got mail.
Ugh, I should have called Frank Gay.
When you have an electrical problem, you want a licensed and insured technician with the latest tools and technology to complete the job right. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
When it comes to repairing or replacing your roof, father and son know best. That's why FAS Exteriors is Orlando's #1 window, door, and roof contractor. You can count on fair pricing, install perfection, and customer satisfaction every time. When it's time for roof repairs or replacement, see for yourself why customers in Orlando trust the leader in FAS Exteriors. Because father and son really do know what's best. Schedule your free consultation now at FASWD.com. That's FASWD.com.
Warning, if you're thinking about surgery to fix your chronic joint pain, stop, because surgery can be risky, painful, and come with a lengthy recovery time. But there is an alternative, a groundbreaking therapy that revitalizes damaged tissue with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. QC Kinetics has successfully treated tens of thousands of patients, freeing them from pain in their knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints. Before you resort to invasive surgery, find out if you're a candidate for this advanced regenerative therapy by calling 689-314-7578. Don't let chronic pain dictate your life any longer, and don't risk surgery. Learn more about the joint pain therapy endorsed by professional athletes and available now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. To find out if you're eligible, request a free consultation from QC Kinetics. You owe it to yourself to learn more about this surgery-free alternative with no drugs and no downtime. Call QC Kinetics today, 689-314-7578. 689-314-7578.
The math ain't mathin'. RC Hill here. It's tax season and I'm freaking out. My accountant says I have too many 2024s and they must go. So right now, you could drive for just $10 down. So save your refund, because I'm paying way over appraised value for your trade regardless of miles or condition. And I'll even help you save up to $10,000 on a new Mitsubishi with a lifetime warranty. Plus at RC Hill Mitsubishi, we're all about affordability. So visit me to drive for just $10 down and save up to $10,000 on the award-winning 2024 Outlander top safety pick 7-passenger SUV, or the Mirage, voted best priced new car in America, starting at only $15,900 with rates as low as 0%. Plus, I've got over 200 certified used cars to choose from. But hurry, this deal's done once my accountant says I'm in the clear. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. 2 locations, DeLand and Ocala. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit and $10 down, require bank approval. Example, 2.9 APR for 60 months, $20 per month for $1,000 finance. Offer ends March 31st.
Hey, Russ Rollins here for Solar Source. What a great experience.
Skull mic activated. Folks, don't forget, October this year, the big roast. We're already working in some star talent. We're working on huge set designs, all sorts of features, and it's going to be like visually stimulating. That's the idea. It's going to be so awesome. VIP is going to be a blast, and we want to make sure you don't miss out on that. So stay tuned. We'll have more information. We're going to do the VIP tickets before too long. I don't know exactly when, but not too long from now. Put the skull mic on my desk. I can't do that. Sometimes people think of things that seem to be like smart things, but you don't understand the complexities of all of this. This is all roped in with an entire delay. So everything that you see on the stream is delayed because of the dump button and the delay system that we have for cursing or for stuff we don't want on the air. So all that has to be delayed. That's one thing. The second thing is, this microphone in particular is actually a USB microphone, so it could be set up separate from the system. USB cords cannot go that far unless you have a daisy-chained USB all the way through the system. And it's going to be ugly as shit, and I don't want to do that. Okay, we're coming back. 60 seconds.
Spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour, and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news, commercial and SBA loan rates are falling too. Get a quote to refinance your business loan today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com. Did you know that 40% of adults can't explain what a tax deduction is?
I can't either.
Well, we're here to help. I'm Leah Palmieri.
And I'm Matt Stillo.
And this season on Grown Up Stuff, we're making taxes way less scary.
There's no other time in life where you're like, am I going to get back $4,000 or am I going to owe $10,000? It's like the crappiest casino.
Listen to Grown Up Stuff on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Grown Up Stuff and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
Real Radio 104.1.
On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening to the new.
Today's going to be an amazing day for you. I just know it is. Not for you, Josh. Today's going to be good for you. Good.
That's fine.
And not amazing. Tomorrow, Josh, it's going to be a great day for you.
Hell yeah. I look forward to it.
An amazing day. It's going to happen. I believe in it. We'll get to you and your dispatches here momentarily on the show. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. I'm Jewish.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Did you guys hear that?
For the record,
New
that's not
sound
stolen
clip.
valor. I'm not pretending to be Jewish around here, okay? I'm not. I'm Jewish. I'm agnostic, all right? I'm not of a religion, friend. Grew up Crystal Methodist, but got away from that as an adult, or until I didn't have to go
One
with my parents.
Methodist, two Catholics, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
2 Catholics.
Yep. I don't know how we ended up in the Methodist church. I swear to God, I think my dad
You
was
swear
like...
to who?
I swear to all of the things.
Oh, what, you swear to science and understanding?
I swear my dad was like me. When Courtney first met me, the only time she almost called me the hard R word would have been...
I'm sorry, what?
When she discovered that she discovered how I was getting my hair cut, okay? Because
You
I would
told
go...
people it was the supercuts, right?
No,
Hair cuttery?
No, hair cuttery, yes. So I would go, okay, I'm going to go get my hair cut. And she'd go, where are you going? And I'd be like, it's all the way over by the mall. And she'd say, why are you going to that place? And I'd say, I don't know. That's where I started going. And do you go to the same person every time? No, I don't know the person. I get a new person every time I get my hair cut. Why do you have allegiance to a hair cuttery where you don't know anybody and it's so far away, when at the foot of our building at the time, we had a hair salon that would do the work? And I said, I don't know.
She got you there.
I'm sorry.
I don't know the answer to this question right now. So I think that's how it was with our church. I think my parents just stumbled on a Methodist church. And from there, it was like, this is where we go now. This is how we do things.
Oh, I'm generations of Catholic.
Yeah.
Same.
I had all my neighbors and all my friends, everybody that I knew was Catholic. And they'd be like, what are you? And I'd be like, I wouldn't say Crystal Methodist. I'd just say Methodist. I'm just using that all the time. I'd say Methodist. And they go, what does that mean? And I go, I have no idea.
Catholic white.
God, Jesus.
Yeah, like, I think they're more open. I think they were like the first to be friendly with the gays. I think they were like.
And we thank you for that.
I think there was particular things that they were different on, but who knows? All right, let's go to the town halls, because the people keep having these town halls and they keep being explosive. It's like a little bit of a battleground, and detractors will show up to yell at the political people. And I think last one we heard was somebody saying, I think Elon Musk and Doge are doing great things.
And
the
then,
crowd,
yeah, before the sentence was finished, it erupted in boos.
Rubble. And you're like, oh, man, I can see what the audience is here. I can see how things are shaped up. And now I guess it happened again. Let's listen to this together.
Just a few hours ago.
Here we go.
The opportunity to do town halls, because it lets me come here, give you an update on what I'm doing back in Washington, D.C., and then I'm...
Oh, somebody said nothing.
I thought they said Nazi.
No, I said, maybe. I'll go back. I thought she said it gives me a chance to update you on what I'm doing in Washington. I thought they said nothing, but maybe not.
Here, give you an update on what I'm doing back in Washington, D.C., and then I'm going to give you an opportunity to ask me questions. Before we get there, however... I get it that there are people here who dislike me.
Oh, that's adorable. She's going to try to talk through them, which is a very, very difficult thing to do.
Also, may I suggest something else on the stage?
We're
going to rent out the entire theater.
Wait,
we're just going to do one spotlight, one podium.
Are you saying for the Halloween roast of me, we're not going to have a stage set up with just one podium?
No.
And a sea of
everyone
stage?
else is just crisscross applesauce on the floor? No.
There's not even like a sign. There's nothing
we need
here.
some cold sparks. We need a PowerPoint.
Yeah,
maybe
it's a little
even
boring.
some sort of mascot.
Let's see if we got some more arguing back and forth.
But there's also people here, but there are also people here who want to hear what I have to say.
Okay.
Let me guess.
The booze took over.
All right,
everyone with their MAGA hats and the red shirts.
So now, I guess, if you say you're having a town hall, the detractor people show up, but then your people show up, and there's like, rah, 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 and then
I think a lot of productivity is going to be had at these moving forward.
Yeah, sure, they're learning things.
And if you have so little respect for our process and for what we are in this country, then I would ask you to leave.
Oh, get on out of here. She said this is Harriet Hageman, who is from Wyoming and is a Republican, Laramie, Wyoming, where she was having this event and the hecklers showed up. About 75% of the crowd of about 500 people at this civic center were there to oppose her. I think, and I'm not totally sure on this, but my gut tells me I'm right. I think there's a thing that happens with political events, town halls in particular, where if you show up and there's only like 20 people at the town hall, you should be comfortable. You should go, oh, wow, okay, great. Like the local Karens who are yelling about everything happening in the neighborhood and like,
they've been preparing for this for a long time. They have a lot of input on Nextdoor and Facebook groups, but this is their shining moment.
They show up at every meeting, all the hearings, and they go, oh, Debbie's back here again. And old Frank,
hey, Deb.
Frank's going to yell about things. If you see that small crowd with the regulars, then you go, all right, this is going to be fine. We'll have our punch and pie and we'll get through it. But if you see a completely full room, watch your ass because the angry people have arrived. Let me tell you something. The most American thing in the world is to not care at all. I am this person.
I was going to say the bald eagle.
I am this person through and through. To not care at all until something happens and you're like, hell no. And that's not happening in my neighborhood. And then you're like, now you're there. That's why.
You weren't there.
Well, I tried to be there. I got sick on the day, but I was there in spirit. I had a sign up. I was vocal in my support.
I also tried to be there, but everyone else in the neighborhood got there way before us.
Beyond standing room only, and
insane.
That's how they should have known.
Who's the house guest was taken in an ambulance, and they still got there before me. It's impressive.
I tell you, when that battle was ended. And everything came to the conclusion that I was hoping for. The crazy people, in my opinion, were not, but I was. So I'm glad that ended the way it did. I was like, well, let's not be dicks. Let's take down our sign. The battle's over. We don't need to have this sign up at the front yard anymore. And Courtney's like, well, what happens if they pull a fast one and then they just go do it? And I go, well, you can't. You can't just put a sign up always. I still see, when I see people in my neighborhood who still have Kamala Harris signs up, I'm like, I get it.
Okay, that's one person I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't think anyone's checked up on them.
I don't know what's going on.
They're very faded. They have not moved at all. I don't
Which
know
person are you talking about? Which is it? The person that has lots of signs?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's the same. Trust me, those signs have not moved for over a year.
Is this the person?
No, I don't think anyone's knocked on the door to do a wellness check.
We don't need to say where the person lives or anything, but the person I'm talking about has like every sign you could possibly have on their front yard. One of them says, I think it says like, I have an all-female landscaping crew. Like
and
everything
the
you
lawn
could
looks great,
say.
but I feel like that all-female landscaping crew should let them know how the election results came about. And then there's like someone else who and you could barely read it because it has been torn apart by wind, rain, and other natural occurrences that has like Trump 2020 flag still.
Yeah.
I mean, or just like
What?
2-0.
We had a guy who lived, I don't know if you ever saw this guy, Sabrina, lived right next to the park. Beautiful park in the area. Guy lived right next to it. And he had a huge flagpole in his front yard.
That's what I'm referring to.
He had a massive Trump flag on that flagpole. Eventually it got tattered. He replaced it with like an even bigger Trump flag. He took down the whole flagpole.
He did.
There's no pole anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know if he left town or if he was like, we won the battle, bring the whole flagpole down.
Was bigger than his actual studio apartment that he was living in.
It was a big mast of like a, not car dealership size, but, a big flagpole that this guy had in his front yard. Took it down. So I said, when we got a W, you could take the sign down. We don't need to keep that out there any longer. And if you keep it up, it seems like, what's happening here? Why are we still fighting? The battle is over.
Well, maybe you can go give it to the other neighborhood that they're going to try to build the shelter in that's full of children.
Good. Yeah, I'll pack it up, send it over there. They could just cross out the web address, put a new one on. Presto bango. We're good to go. All right, what do you think, folks? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Send us a dispatch right now. We'll talk about in jury duty next the story I'm trying to pull you along with about the Dominican Republic and this missing woman. There's a big update about the guy who has been the person of interest. And you might want to be in your time considered an interesting person, but you do not want to be considered a person of interest. That's usually bad connotation. So what's the latest on this murder mystery, ? That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
You can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Hey, this is Lincoln Kennedy. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Blue Bloods, Cinderellas, and teams in between are clashing. It's the first full day of the NCAA men's basketball tournament. Florida will open their tournament run tomorrow night. Top-seeded Gators will face Norfolk State in the West region.
Let's go mic on. Folks, give me your questions for Mr. Predicto. What do you have? You ask the question. I will ask Mr. Predicto, and we will get you an answer. Give me your questions for Mr. Predicto. Mr. Predicto is all-knowing, all-saying, a truth teller, and this will get down to the bottom of any debates or issues you may have in your world. For instance, Mr. Predicto, are they going to try to put the hobo shelter somewhere else in my neighborhood?
Yes, it is certain.
Son of a bitch! See, now I'll keep the sign. Now I'm on edge. Who will win the NCAA Men's Championship? Well, Mr. Predicto needs a yes or no question. Like if you said, will Boston University win the NCAA Championship?
Definitely yes.
Told ya. Boston University. Is Sean turning gay? Is Sean turning gay? Please say no. Please say no, Mr. Predicto. Please say no.
Highly doubtful.
That's right, baby. That's what I thought. Not even slightly. CNJ Forge says, will I be able to hold it until I get home? Asking Mr. Predicto.
predicted.
Godspeed, sir. Does condiment have anything to do with harassment? Does condiment have anything to do with harassment? No. No. Will J.D. Vance be the next president? Will J.D. Vance be the next president, Mr. Predicto?
Yes.
Oh!
I'm sure.
He said, I'm sure. Is syrup great? Kind of a simplistic one.
Now is not the right time to tell you.
It's pretty cagey for an answer about syrup. Will October's roast event have crab legs, Mr. Predicto?
Everything points to no.
Ha ha ha! Suck it, crab legs people. Does Sean have small hands? Come on, Mr. Predicto. Please. Please. For the love of all that is holy. I'm going to ask you this question, and I need a solid no. Mr. Predicto. Does Sean have small hands?
Everything points to yes.
God damn it. Mr. Predicto, nobody's perfect and we all make mistakes. Even though you're all-knowing and all-powerful, is it at all possible that maybe your answer about me having small hands was incorrect and that you were actually wrong about that? Is it possible that you were wrong about your small hands answer on my question?
Definitely not.
God damn it. God damn it. Fucking thing. Shut up. Mr. Predicto can hang out here now, I think. I like him. Even though he gives really, really bad answers.
It's something you should take advantage of. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. There's a few minimum requirements, but this is a great $699 value that is definitely worth it. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. Do it for yourself, do it for your family. It's Life Imaging FLA. Talk to them about cancer screening as well. Super important. Life Imaging FLA.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here. Look, everybody knows Florida is one of the rainiest states out there with some of the most unpredictable weather offered in the U.S. And when it comes to replacing your roof, it's time to step it up with Eustace Roofing, 2021's National Roofing Company of the Year. These guys have been your trusted roofing neighbors since 1959. That's 65 years of experience. They serve all of Central Florida, and they are metal roofing experts manufactured on site for perfect fit. No interest financing is available. Visit eustaceroofing.com to schedule your free estimate.
It's tax season. By now, we're all a bit tired of numbers, but here's one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number, $100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed. Save up to 40% in your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. That's LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Rocket is giving every home one address. Rocket.com, a single seamless home ownership platform to help you find, buy, sell, finance, even refinance your home. Everything you need, all under one roof. Visit Rocket.com, the new home for all things home ownership. Rocket, own the dream.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Your direct line to the heroes that saved Canada that one time.
Heard anything of those JFK assassination files, or was it every bit illuminating as the UFO files and
JFK is dead.
The
Got
Epstein
that.
files? Yeah, all these files. I don't think we learned anything yet. Nothing kind of mind blowing.
I thought it was just Epstein and JFK. They did aliens too.
They did a release of the information that the government had. Trump and his people released whatever was going on with those Jersey drones, and basically it was like some people were flying drones.
The FAA knew about it. Yeah, that was baloney.
And then it was also, hey, there was some things that happened that we couldn't explain. All right, fine. Then they said they were going to release the Epstein stuff, and that was a flopperino, and nothing really came out of it. And now the JFK thing. Now, they legitimately did release, as promised, 63,000 pages of records, most of it unredacted. It's just that there wasn't a lot that was hidden by the federal government. There's nothing really crazy that's come out of it.
One screenshot that's like a quote from some guy giving testimony that another guy told him that the CIA did it, and people are like, definitive proof the CIA killed JFK.
Okay.
Like fourth hand stuff
Now-
that's going through.
I guess maybe we'll get the files on these years from now. And it's probably not what you wanted to do, but did you hear about what was going on in Daytona?
No, what happened? What are you talking about?
There are sightings of crazy, bright as the sun lights in the dark of night appearing off the coast of Daytona.
Really?
Yes. And that
Does anybody have
there's-
video of this?
Yes. And I will send it to you because
lights?
I was just a little bit of a wormhole this morning, but that there was something going on, that there were helicopters surrounding this object underneath the water, but then all of a sudden people like staying either in a hotel or an apartment that's on the beach has this video of this bright, I mean, as could be, looks like the moon on a potato phone. But it's not the moon because you could see the moon elsewhere in the shot.
Yeah.
Just light. And then it moves. And then another light appears. And then it moves. And it doesn't look like the drone footage from New Jersey, but it certainly does not look normal.
Or I've had some video of this. This lady doesn't look like she's crazy, but I can't vouch for her.
That's how they get you.
Is this one of the ones you saw with this woman here?
I'm in Beach, Florida right now, and I had to share something really cool that is happening up in the sky.
Yeah,
That
look
we
at the
just saw.
sky.
I'm going to zoom in on both my phone and show you what my husband got on his phone. I have an iPhone 16 Max. He has an Android 20 something or another.
Oh my God, that's not what I watched.
There's been a lot of stuff happening in the skies, right? So let's take a look at
Let's
what's
take a look
right now in Daytona Beach in the sky.
Here we go.
All right, so check out this thing in the sky right now.
No, that's not it.
That's just
a star.
That's a star, yeah.
Not that bitch.
Yeah, but check it out.
Half of this is like people just realize there's other stuff in space.
Whoa, what?
Oh, there's something in the sky up there. I don't know what and you're like, it could be a star. No.
Send it to the group chat. Sorry, Elaine. But I don't know if they're cursing in it. I certainly
Oh, okay,
would
I'll
be.
pause. I got it muted. Okay, now I see something in the night sky. Oh, I see like flashing light. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh my God.
Or this other thing here you're talking about? Uh-oh, did we
How
lose
about
each other?
Riddle me this.
What?
We start talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
We've got an EAS going on right now.
Oh, is there really?
What are the damn odds of that?
They
It's
try
the
to take
CIA.
us down. You can't do this to us, CIA.
Okay, but isn't that video weird?
Is it like a sun by a sun, that thing? Is that what you're talking about?
It's not the sun. It's the middle of the night.
Oh, yeah, that's weird.
Interesting.
All right, we'll keep that on the radar. Something weird's happening out there. Nothing weird in the JFK
we can't
files.
talk about any conspiracies these days.
Are we still being overtaken by the EAS?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm checking the air feed and then our feed, so forgive me.
Because I wanted to wait.
But yes,
before
it's still happening.
We actually did jury duty. I
And
feel
we're
like
back.
why? We're back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're back. And that's
Anyways.
why I don't like those kind of people.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I just wanted to say, I wanted to get that off my chest.
Can't believe you're bisexual.
It's not that, but we do have this. Here we go. Let's do jury duty right here.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mr. Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. Mr. Mo is what you call him when you're in business mode. Hello, Mr. Mode. Mr. Mo mode. You wave at him, you tell him how you doing, and
Handshake.
then you set up your case. It's so fast to get all the way up to the point where you are fighting it out with the insurance companies, which you should do. Jury duty is brought to you by him, Mo DeWitt. 800-CALL-MO or justcallmo.com. All right, here we go. The update on the Dominican Republic missing woman story. Sudiksha Kananki.
Wow.
Damn, her name's hard. Sudiksha Kananki is her name. And they said the man, Josh Uribe, who was the person of interest in her disappearance, she's from the University of Pittsburgh. That guy was released from the Dominican Republic. They said, all right, see you later, sayonara. You
They
can
just
leave here.
took his 5 stories, word of it.
They said, this guy is not being charged with anything, so we'll give him the all clear. He lands in Puerto Rico, and they said, stay right there, sir. Stay right there. He got held up at the airport in Puerto Rico because his brand new U.S. passport wasn't properly stamped. The 22-year-old was issued a replacement passport from the U.S. consulate in the D.R. after local law enforcement reportedly refused to give his original passport back.
Okay, that kind of sucks.
Despite a Dominican judge ruling he was allowed to go free after being subject to police surveillance due to his connection to this missing woman. Cameras captured his father, Albert Uribe, in a state of frustration at the airport after he was separated from Joshua. He was seen yelling to Joshua down the hall, ask for your lawyer.
No.
He was shouting that down the hall. He also pleaded with reporters to let him and his son be, explaining, I'm just a dad who had his son taken away, and I don't understand.
Ask him to love him.
2 weeks trying to stay together, and now I don't understand, he says. So we've got all the details now. We know that the pair, Joshua Uribe and this Sudiksha Kananki, were seen walking down the beach together in Punta Cana early in the morning of March 6th. You can see them both vomiting at the hotel's bar shortly before the time of her disappearance.
Couple that yaks together stays together.
They were not mingling at the time. They were separately vomiting at the bar at this place. Uribe told law enforcement they were in the water together and nearly got swept away by a giant wave, but he was able to pull them both to shore. He remembers last seeing her walking knee-deep in the water to grab her belongings. Her clothes were later found draped over a beach chair during the investigation. And her parents are still asking Dominican authorities to declare the daughter dead, but we've got no new answers in that world.
I mean, at this point, though, if she had been swept up by the ocean, she would have turned up, right?
I guess it depends.
The way that waves work?
I would have thought so. I would have thought if you died close to the shore, you're going to wash back up on the shore. But maybe if the currents are mega strong, you're going. You're going out, and they're not going to find you for a while. That could be what happened to her. It doesn't look like she's alive, unfortunately. Tallahassee, Florida. There is some info coming out of the state's capital where they suggest that they need to pass the Pam Rock Act. That would create a statewide dangerous dog registry and revised punishment for the owners of unsecured dogs which attach people, among other changes. Maybe I could get on board with this. The legislation was named after Pam Rock, a mail carrier who died after being mauled by 5 dogs almost 3 years ago.
Okay.
And whose brothers were also at the state capitol to push this forward. They said that this person had never been given a chance. Yada, yada, yada.
5 dogs is also.
That's
a
crazy.
lot.
But they want there to be more repercussions for owners of dangerous dogs.
Who
and they want there
determines
to
what
be,
a dangerous dog is?
I guess if it attacks somebody and hurts them. I know I saw in I'm not paying attention to this world at all anymore, nor are a lot of people, I don't think. But in the world of The Bachelor, one of the former contestants.
I knew you were going to say that.
They got attacked by their dog twice or something. And I don't even know how that story ended. But
I do. Because they talked about it on the show, or they became
I don't know.
I think they talk about it on their social media.
Here
and then
it is.
eventually they were like, we had to do.
Bachelor star Sean Lowe, I don't know who he is, rehomes rescue dog after being attacked twice in 2 days.
Okay.
Different story. Boxer. The dog was a boxer. Former Bachelor star opened up about his decision to surrender his family's rescue dog, Moose, after 2 different attacks sent him to the emergency room. Moose wasn't a good fit, I guess. In a video on Monday, he said the dog was first triggered last week when a smoke alarm went off in the house. And that sent the dog into a fury, and the dog started biting his hands and feet and stuff. And then there was a second attack with this guy. And maybe that dog is in a new home, but on the dangerous dog registry, I don't know how it all works right now. So that's going to have to do it for jury duty at the moment. When we come back, a director is in big trouble, charged with defrauding, I should say. Not just frauding, defrauding Netflix. He said he was a big shot producer. He got $11 million out of Netflix. Damn. How'd he pull this off? Wait till you hear this. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Download the all-new iHeartRadio app. Make Real Radio 104.1 number 1 on your presets, and you could win free stuff at upcoming events.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. Bumper-to-bumper traffic southbound on the Turnpike due to an accident between Hancock Road and Oakland Exchange. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways. The express lanes of State Road 429 southbound at Independence Toll Plaza. Those lanes are blocked due to construction. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by FreshFromFlorida.com.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting FreshFromFlorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Hi there. I've got a clogged drain.
A clogged brain? I have that sometimes.
No, a clogged drain.
Try yoga or drinking tea. Earl Grey is the best.
Earl Grey? No, I'm calling Frank A.
What do they know about tea?
When it comes to clogged drains and plumbing issues, you want a trustworthy, courteous technician that's dedicated to customer satisfaction. FrankGayServices.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRI, MRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Hey, this is Russ Rollins. You know, Solar Source, they just keep making my life better. Pool heated, taken care of. Battery backup for power outages, that is all covered thanks to Solar Source. And now they're going to install a solar electric system to wipe out my power bill. They're awesome to work with, and it's a great company. Customer service is really awesome with Solar Source. Go to solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters. Call Solar Source today. The future is solar powered.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. Mortgage rates have improved again this week. Get your quote for a refinance to lower payments or get cash out at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
It's tax season, and your refund just found a new home, the saddle of a pre-owned Harley. Space Coast Harley-Davidson is rolling out the IRS Inventory Reduction Sale. Pre-owned bikes priced to move, some at 50% below original MSRP, and many still have the remainder of factory warranty. Don't let your refund sit. Put it towards two wheels and pure freedom. Shop now at SpaceCoastHarleyDavidson.com and lock in your ride before these bikes disappear.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Story time with the three best friends you never knew you had.
Hardly any of the cases where a pit bull mauls an effing kid is it a neutered male. It's almost always intact adult males. Dog fighting didn't just happen because some asshole picked a random breed and said, okay, fight. Intact males got that dog in them. You're going to upset the pit bull people. I find them to be like, it's an interesting crowd. When you go after the pit bull people, or then they feel like you're going after them, they're super nice people.
And the pit bull people have good pit bulls.
They do. And I think sometimes they're like, they feel defensive because it's their dog and they feel like I have the sweetest dog ever. They can't possibly be talking about me. You know, it's like if somebody's like, all men are violent. And you're like, well, hang on a second. I'm not violent right now. And then triggered galore. It happens like crazy.
Not right now.
I realized earlier I never read the email from Roy, even though I said his name. And then I was like, an email from Roy. We got sidetracked. Gone. I never even got to it. But tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Roy, finally, here's your email on the show.
Oh, we got to go to break.
It says, Sean, ew, not a good time to be a Tesla owner. Also, Sean, if you're looking for a cheap car, go out there and get one of those used Teslas. They got to be cheap, says Roy.
Okay,
Roy,
that was worth the wait.
Here's why both of those things are correct at the same time. Bad time to be a random Tesla owner. Good time to be any Tesla buyer if people are going to flood the market with these things and try to get rid of them. I think they seem like good cars to me. I think they seem like nice vehicles. I've driven one. I liked it. I thought it was kind of cool.
It's good for like city folk. I think people that are just going to stay within the 5 to 10, 20 mile range of their house. Not good for long distances.
No.
That turns a 3-hour drive into like a 6.
Yeah, if you have a commute that's that long, it's not going to work for you just yet. They're not there with the technology.
Everyone's going to flick you off.
if you have a commute like I do or drive as little as I do, then brilliant cars, good time to buy one. And overall, fine time to be a Tesla owner. It's just that we have a couple of crazies out there, and the crazies are getting some attention. It's the fact that we've seen a broader adoption of Karen-like tactics. They've entered into sort of more political worlds, and men have adopted some of these tactics too. I don't know what to call all of these people, Tesla ragers or whatever, but it's like those types of people who can't just mind their own business and shut up about things. What else do we have here? Here's Jeremy. He says, haven't heard you guys talking about the 6 by 3 foot chunk of ice that fell through the metal roof of a house in Palm Coast. Pretty crazy. The FAA says it wasn't from a plane. Great show, y'all, says Jeremy. Well, thank you for that. Ben is talking about goats. Ben says they have goat yoga at the Sheriff's Barn by 417 in Underhill, wherever that is. They store their horses there and have baby goat classes. My daughter does it, he says. And finally, now we got Robert emailing tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Do you mean when they tried to put a homeless shelter in your neighborhood? You are a dick and the biggest Karen. You are the C word. You agree with everything as long as it doesn't affect you. You effing C word.
Best
Robert,
for last.
You're exhibiting all of the behaviors right now that you would like to accuse me of doing. That's what you're doing. What I said is something every normal American has decided. All of these progressive homeless policies are failed loser policies. No one likes them. They do not work. We cannot double and triple and quadruple down on them. People want to see something change. Your dumb ideas don't work, Robert. So it's time to try something new, asshole. That's what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
Maybe I'm an effing C word or a Karen, but hey, that's just me speaking my mind.
Robert, send a picture so Sean can decide if he can kill you or not.
I probably can. I can tell by the email.
Can we stop talking about killing, please?
No, a tough guy wouldn't email something like that. It's like it's always somebody like that you meet and you go, "You little Weasley MFer. Look at you. Like you look like you're missing chromosomes or something." That's the person who sends an email like that. You've been shorted somewhere. Anyhow, love you. Right back at you. To this Netflix story. A Netflix issue, a fraud underway. They said Netflix took up the sci-fi series Conquest. This is from Morning Brew, which is a good email to start your day off with if you haven't subscribed. I think they're pretty fair. I like them.
I love to put that in a mug every once in a while.
Why not? Netflix took up the sci-fi series Conquest, thinking it could have been the next Stranger Things, but instead it got material for its next disgraced executive documentary. This week, federal prosecutors arrested the 0-episode show's director, Carl Rinch. What did old Rinch do? Well, they charged him with misusing $11 million of Netflix's money.
Rinchy.
He faces 90 years in prison if found guilty of wire fraud, money laundering, and transacting with illicit funds. So they said that...
Lee. And that's his first offense? Or has he been scamming for years and this was like... His biggest one yet that failed, obviously.
Prosecutors allege Rinch plugged cash that was meant for the production of this show, the Netflix show that he was supposed to make, into risky stock trades in Dogecoin, as well as bougie purchases, including 5 Rolls Royces and a $397,000 watch. He also used the money from Netflix to create this show that he stole, the $11 million Netflix says he stole from him, to fund his own divorce proceedings and even to fund his lawsuit against Netflix. So there you go. He wanted to make a series about artificial humans. He pitched it to all the competitors. Netflix said, oh, okay. Then they found out that he wasn't the real deal.
$5 says that he's going to, as a defense, say this was part of the artistic process. This was research to create the show because that's what one of the episodes is about.
Yeah, you better act fast because he's facing a long time in jail if that argument doesn't work for him.
And plenty of time to write a new show that will actually work.
Yeah, good luck, sir. Let's go over to Insecure Walrus, who has a dispatch for us. And I've had a couple of people tag me with this same question. honest to God, when I saw this, I was like, how is this not on my radar? But here we go. Let's see.
Well, I've been working this morning. Oddly, I'm working in Fort Lauderdale, Miami this week, so I'm actually in Florida. But I've been working and couldn't listen to y'all this morning. Have you talked about, since you already broke out the UFO videos and things, have you talked about the new discovery that's been found, announced this last week at the pyramids in Egypt?
Yeah, I just saw it this morning.
Using some very advanced, like, ground-penetrating radar.
It's wild.
Apparently, they have discovered there are structures, man-made, clearly like man-made or somebody-made structures underneath the pyramids in Egypt, one of the pyramids in Egypt, that goes down over 2,000 feet below ground.
It's fascinating.
It appears to be these huge, like, cylindrical objects. It's nobody knows what it is right now. If the crazy conspiracy theories are right, that the pyramids were some kind of like energy acquiring, generating things, this could be like where the energy's stored.
Oh, no.
It looks like...
What? That sounds like a really bad idea if we're unlocking some weird stored energy.
Fortunately, they went the like smarter route, because I feel like all the times in the past we've talked about them finding something within the pyramids or in Egypt, it was like, we're going to just open the sarcophagus and see what happens. We're just going to physically open it. But these scientists used sound wave sonar to kind of get an idea of what these structures look like, and perfectly like measured out cylinders, very silo-esque. And then those go down a certain amount of feet. The video I saw was all in meters, because it was a lovely British lady. So
cool.
And then the cylinders that have something wrapped around them lead to two perfectly square rooms, like, or I guess warehouse size
I'm
rooms.
so lost. I'm absolutely lost on this, and it's not helping that I'm staring at this report.
I'm sorry, but it's a thing.
I gave it to Grok because when I looked at the actual report, and it says confirmation of scanned pyramids north face corridor in the Great Pyramid of Giza using multimodal image fusion from 3 non-destructive testing techniques.
Okay, so you just got the exact report. We need the layman's term.
I gave it to Grok and said, explain it like I'm 5. It says, sure, imagine you and your friends are playing a treasure hunt game at a huge ancient pyramid like the Great Pyramid of Giza. The pyramid is super old, like 4,500 years old, and has lots of secrets hidden inside its big stone blocks. Some grown-ups wanted to find a secret hallway they thought was behind a special part of the pyramid called the chevron. It's like a big stone puzzle piece on the outside. But they couldn't just break the pyramid open. They used some really cool tools. Each tool took a bunch of pictures. When they combined the pictures, they could see a secret hallway super clearly. It's called the North Face Corridor. It's hiding right behind the chevron. And now they think there's some weird stuff hidden underneath the pyramid. So,
I mean, structurally, if humans did that many years ago, it's impressive.
Are we going in, though? Are we going to check this out?
I think it's a good idea.
Oh, man. Send somebody in there. Send like a criminal in. Somebody who's like on death row.
No, once you break the seal, the mummy's curse comes out either way.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Can we?
Yeah. It's a trap.
Can we open the door and then lock it behind the person and then give them a walkie?
How do we find out a walkie?
Yeah, we got to keep in contact
a body
with them.
cam.
Hello, sir. What can you tell us about this?
Pretty dark in here. You guys can give me a flashlight.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we got a bunch of clips to get to. Grab bag segment.
They got a food court down here.
In your world, we also got some news about Twitter that is very, very surprising. We got some more of your emails, maybe some angry Karen type ones. I don't know what's going to happen next.
C word.
But I know it'll be interesting. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, Orlando makes a pitch for the Jags games, a possible dangerous dog registry, and how did the U.S. do in the happiness poll? Plus, we'll do Date Night Done Right, Colbert Court. For trivia, it's tickets to Orlando City Soccer and Glass Animals, plus your calls, text, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
There's bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. A crash is slowing down traffic on the Turnpike southbound between Hancock Road and Oakland Exchange. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways. Look out for an accident on State Road 408 eastbound near Orange Blossom Trail. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
The Monster Brew Bus, presented by JustCallMo.com, is ready to roll to Volusia County, Saturday, March 29th. Tickets are on sale now. One bus has sold out, so they added a second one. Join the Monsters as they travel to Ormond Brewing and then to Crimson House in New Smyrna Beach. Spend the day with your favorite Monsters. Enjoy free beers, live music, and lunch from Jersey Mike's. Special thanks to JustCallMo.com, MCA Transportation, and Jersey Mike's. Get tickets at realradio.fm/brew.
Our iHeartRadio Music Awards celebrated the music and artists you've loved listening to all year on iHeartRadio. Brought to you by Jeep.
It's now streaming on Hulu for a limited time.
Bad Bunny,
Billie Eilish,
Glorilla,
Kenny Chesney,
Money Long,
Nelly,
your host, LL Cool J,
plus Lady Gaga,
Mariah Carey,
Gracie Abrams,
and iHeartRadio's Tour of the Century Award, honoring Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour.
Our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Streaming now.
Skull Mike activated. The Skull Mike exclusive. A Skull Mike exclusive. Mr. Predicto, should I read another email from this person who is completely spurging out on me? Calling me a cunt. No, don't read it. Predicto says no. This loser sent another email, but I hesitate to give any more attention. This will probably be the last one that I read, but this guy who's like an almost 60-year-old man who lives somewhere here in Florida, who's been listening to the show for a very long time and will continue to listen to the show, says, why didn't you stand up to the cops that made you their bitch at the bar? The cops that made me a bitch at the bar, first of all. And you do know in this story, I was the one guy who was facing off with the entire SWAT team and not backing down and not doing anything that they wanted me to do. But okay. All right. They made me a bitch at the bar. Even though there was an internal investigation that resulted in many of them, because they were drinking and driving, getting in trouble in their squad cars. But yeah, you know. LOL, you are a pussy. Anybody would beat the shit out of you. You're making yourself look like a bigger cunt. LOL, says Robert H. Robert H. He's firing off emails. Robert, come make me look like a pussy. I'm ready. I'm prepared. I'm built for it. It's your turn. There's a lot of people out there about the hobo shit who totally melt down. Totally melt down. Like, you're a Karen! You're not letting them build a facility where 330 unscreened, mentally ill drug addicts are going to be dragged into your neighborhood, wandering around all day long. What a coward you are. Now, the coward is the person who either does nothing when that's proposed, or the absolute retard who doesn't understand that those failed policies are going to bring you the terrible outcomes that we've seen over and over again. So, thank you for the email. Ta-ta for now. That guy was probably eating Chinese food alone in a public. This is why I can't sit down with some of these folks. The screeching lunatics. Just usually very, like, people who don't have a lot of depth to them. You know, it's like a screeching email about very little things. Just shut up and take the hobos. Shut up and live with the hobos. in your suburban neighborhood. Kiss my ass. Battle 1. Doing a whole separate show and commercial break? Well, I figure like we could at least work in some extra stuff here, right? Why not? Where else am I going to approach this? I don't want to give... When people get like too attention-seeky, I'm doing a new thing where I'll give that a little bit of highlight, and then it's just off with you, ignore you. Because I don't like where that goes. People get very desperate for just the shred of attention. Who's ready for a news junkie cruise? I'll tell you what, most of you, I'd be fine going on a cruise with you. Most of you are very cool people. The dumb people, like the crazy fringe people, I maintain 10% on the far left, dumb as hell, dumb as rocks. 10% on the far left, and 10% on the far right, dumb as rocks. Dumb people, can't really hold a conversation, ooze politics all the time. Those people don't care about anymore. Piss off into the wind. Normal people are my bag now. That's you.
A Kia and a Kia. Visit greenwaykias.com.
Qualified applicants through KFA. Includes $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year. 0 security deposit, plus tax title license, $899 dealer, and $249.50 doc fee. Expires 4/5/25.
When it comes to deciding what you ride, nobody's going to convince you that there's anything better than a Harley. Case closed. The judge and jury event is in session at Space Coast Harley-Davidson. So make your ruling and trade in and trade up to a new Harley. Right now, buy a new Harley and get NADA retail for your trade. Shop anytime at SpaceCoastHarley.com. Here come the judge. Make your decision at Space Coast Harley-Davidson.
We know you're loving the new preset feature on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
Oh yeah, it's my favorite new thing.
But did you know that you can make almost anything a preset? Your favorite local station, sure. But your favorite podcast, that amazing playlist you made for free, even iHeart stations you can't get on the radio, like Deep Cuts, The Vinyl Experience, and 70s and 80s Rock Ride.
That's a game changer.
Whatever you choose, it's as easy as a tap to make a preset. Find out what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
Because you're never too old to learn something stupid. This is the News Junkie.
Forget our big event coming up in a very spooky October. The Halloween roast is on the way this year.
Excited.
I want some people.
Roast you so hard.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I hope you got some great material. I know you will. You got plenty of time to build all this up before October. But I've seen some people who are like, oh, "This is the only event you're doing this year." We're going to do some other stuff. We've got some live shows that we're working on, et cetera, et cetera. But I wanted to make sure that our time was being used for the best things. And so we are now working on an event that's not just going to be like we talked about earlier, where there's a podium on a stage. No, this is going to be an experience. This is going to be like,
have a couple chairs too.
This is going to be a whole thing. This is going to be a full-on production for you grown adults who get robbed of any sort of fun adult costume, if you'd like to, party for Halloween. That's what we think that you're going to dig. And why not have some laughs on the way and shoot in all directions, including mine, of course, for this roast that's coming up in October. So, yeah, we hope we see you there. I saw this story about a family suing Six Flags Magic Mountain after their son suffered get this is rough, traumatic and fatal brain injury on a roller coaster.
Oof.
And let me see if I could find this roller coaster. Have you guys ever heard of X2?
No.
A roller
And
coaster?
I honestly don't think I've ever been to Six Flags.
I have been to one Six Flags when I was a lot younger, but I haven't been in a while. Okay, I'm seeing a bunch of different roller coasters. This is one of them right here. Okay, that's the roller coaster, the X2. All right, it's sort of
see anything crazy different from other crazy roller coasters?
It's one of those ones where it's flat out and your legs are dangling on the roller coaster. And it's sort of like you're flying around, but relatively speaking, it just looks like a roller coaster. Seems pretty fun. People are having a good time on it right here, this X2, but one guy did not.
Yeah, and when you said the headline initially, I thought child. It was a 22-year-old kid.
Yeah, 22-year-old guy, Christopher Hawley, was a recent graduate of San Diego State University. He was with his young brother, Alex, and they were just hanging out. They were with a group of people that got on the X2. His brother and his cousin sat together directly behind him, who was in a row all by himself. The disorienting coaster, which is designed with rotating seats that move independently as the ride progresses.
Oh, okay.
It has a 215-foot drop. Jesus. Sudden flips and rotations, all while reaching speeds of 76 miles per hour. As Christopher, Alex, and their cousin neared the end of the ride, the coaster suddenly, abruptly, and violently jolted to a halt. So it sounds like it just kind of stopped.
Not part of the ride, I imagine.
It doesn't sound like it, according to the lawsuit. His younger brother and cousin noticed Christopher was holding onto the rail for stability, was walking haltingly down the ramp, and when they came to his aid, he mumbled that his head hurt. Oh. Then he slumped over and lost consciousness, and they believe he got a catastrophic hematoma from the damn roller coaster.
Jesus.
That's wild. Some of these roller coasters are... Yeah, I guess. I mean, if you're going on a roller coaster 75 miles an hour and it just stops all of a sudden, that'll do it to you. That's
even
not
if he
good,
didn't
obviously.
hit his head, your brain shifting that quickly has been proven to do damage. Like
That's
when you get in a
bad.
car accident.
Yeah, it's very, very bad. You don't want that. Also, this is way, way, way too far.
Moving
on. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that maybe this is fake, because this can't be real. This can't be where we're at in the United States of America. But I'm going to present some evidence to you, Sabrina, and you, Josh. Okay. You tell me if you think this is fake or if this is actually where we're at in the United States of America. We have a gentleman making his way up to a Cybertruck. He's rubbing the side of the Cybertruck, hands deep down his backside. Rubbing the side of the Cybertruck.
He's not doing... Ew, man.
Deep digging and then rubbing on the side of the Cybertruck. And this alleges to show where he rubbed it off here. This has to be fake, right? Nobody is so dead set on owning these folks that they're going to dig their hand in there.
The fingerprints. Soot?
That's supposed to be
number 2.
Ass stuff. I don't know.
I told you there was black soot in men's underwear, man.
This guy has it. He's got whatever you were talking about.
I would say I was going to lean towards fake, but I don't often judge books by their cover, but this totally looks...
He looks like the guy that restores toys in Toy Story 2.
He does a little bit, yeah. If somebody was going to
really getting in there,
reach into their butt
I think
4 times or so, and then rub it on a Tesla, this might be your guy. This might be the person who does. I hope that's fake. I beg of you, that needs to be fake. We can't have that, but maybe it's real. We'll see. What else do we have? This Jesse Waters guy over on Fox News. He continues to do things where he tells people how to be men, and they don't line up at all with my understanding of men. And I think men should be good fathers. I think men should try to get control of their lives. I think men should try to lead a household in the best way that they know how. I think that men should attempt to be a role model for their kids. I think all these things are good. I think masculinity is not a bad thing. But whenever they bring it up on this show, the guy always thinks that stuff is... I don't know if he thinks it's like emasculate or like, I don't know what he thinks this is, but he always brings up this weird stuff. And here's Jesse Waters with this one.
Well, his nickname's Tampon. No real man has a nickname like that.
All right, just play that one more time. What an opening line.
Tim Walz, the guy who was the VP candidate with Kamala Harris and is now trying to remain some relevancy, That's
Still
what
the governor, right?
Yes, in Minnesota, I think.
Well, his nickname's Tampon. No real man has a
'Cause
nickname
you
like
said
that. Well, that's what it is. I'm sorry. I didn't make it up. He wants them in boys' bathrooms. Real men don't talk about how they can beat other guys up. They don't talk about how masculine they are.
First of all, shots fired. Yes.
Started the show with that, man.
And real men, by the way.
Oh, was that Tampon?
They just let their thoughts go, and you think about your thoughts, and you live in them for the moment. And I didn't say I just look at men around me. I look at everyone around me, and I think
children, puppies, grandmas.
Sure, yes,
Equal
yes, and yes.
opportunity offender.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, I'll hit a kid. I'll hit a grandma.
DEI fights.
Are you guys pretending there's no circumstance in which you'll hit a grandma or a kid? Of course there is. Absolutely there is. So I don't just do this where I'm like, I'm a badass. I'm very badass. No, I do this where I sit in a room and I look around and then I'm waiting in line or something, so my brain is processing things. Now, what if everybody started fighting each other in this room right now?
Kung fu fighting, in fact.
If everybody started kung fu fighting, I hope my kicks are fast as lightning. I hope I'm ready to go.
That was the only line I knew.
That's not a real move.
Maybe if you're
this guy's saying that's not a manly move, I guess. So that shots fired at me, but he's got more.
in boys' bathrooms. Real men don't talk about how they can beat other guys up. They don't talk about how masculine they are. Maybe if you're a professional fighter, you can do that, but I don't know people that do that, and I know a lot of tough guys. Like this guy, Greg Gutfeld. I have rules for men. They're just funny. They're not that serious. Like, you don't eat soup in public. You don't cross your legs. And you don't drink from a straw. And one of the reasons you don't drink from a straw is because the way your lips purse.
Yeah.
It's very effeminate.
Yeah.
He's one of those.
Buddy, there's some guy who's like a world's strongest man. Like those guys who like saw through giant trees on ESPN 17, who 100% goes over and drinks with a straw or violates whatever other of these issues that you run
sometimes
into
straws
here.
are convenient.
Well, also, I did see that somebody responded to this post with a photo of the very same guy drinking from a straw. So,
Love it. See?
what in the pussy am I looking at here?
He's
unbelievable.
He's the annoying bar patron that goes and orders a drink that's traditionally served up, and then you hand it to him. He's like, I don't want no gay chick glass.
What's this? I can't drink this.
And then his grinder notification sound pops up.
Oh, my kid must have downloaded that.
None of that is like manly or masculine or like
That's
all that
also
stuff
his
is
go-to,
weird.
like zero creativity. I've heard that man say the same thing for years now.
I don't get
Think
it.
of something else. Also, you get makeup every morning before you're on TV.
Yeah. What did he say? Oh, he said I was drinking a milkshake. That's why I drink out of the straw. So
Right.
There's a milkshake
real
exception.
men open up their throat and gargle it down.
There's a milkshake exception. Okay. All right. I don't know much about him. I don't watch that show. And honestly, I know this is strange as somebody who does a show called The News Junkie.
Freak.
But cable news is Garbageville. I wouldn't encourage anybody to tune in to the 5 minutes of Daily Hate or whatever it is you want to watch where people get into this stuff. There's so much content out there. Go enjoy the world. Find some cool stuff. Watch Dune or something. I don't know. Enjoy yourself. We watched another 90s movie. Thank God we went back to the 90s movies.
Good.
Last night. One of these movies where they made them in the 90s and they'll never make them again. And in the 80s. They made movies in the 80s and 90s they'll never make again. Mac and Me? No one will ever make Mac and Me again. Kidding me? It's
because they don't want to be a punchline on Seth Meyers all the time.
That was a wild idea to make that movie. We watched Quiz Show last night, which was about
watched Showgirls
controversy.
Yet?
We
it's
haven't.
95.
We haven't.
Please.
I want to watch it. I'll
so
watch
good.
it.
Courtney, if you can hear me, put it on the list.
I've been begging to watch a newer one that I've never seen that everybody always swears is a great movie, Interstellar, and she doesn't want to watch it.
It is good.
Just rewatched it for the first time in many years the other weekend, and it is a great movie, but boy, like when you're done with all 2.5 hours of it, you're like, what is the world and time and space?
I like
but
that.
It's a good movie. It really is.
I remember when I was younger and the first Matrix came out, and I went to see it by myself in the theater.
Black and white.
Cool.
And I left the theater, and got in the car, I was drinking from a straw and crossing my legs, and I was contemplating what I had just seen. And I remember almost feeling high.
Yeah. And then you bent over backwards.
From the movie.
To grab something on the floor.
No.
Bullet time.
No. I remember that being like, my mind is blown right now. And I felt kind of manly.
Feel in the back of your head.
Trying to see ghosts outside an auto parts store? That's some manly stuff right there.
No, that I believe is heat stroke.
These are totally normal things that the most manly of men do.
All right, tampon.
Can confirm. All right, when we return, we'll get to your dispatches, final dispatches. In fact, those are coming up in a bit. Got this update about Elon Musk's X platform that was pretty surprising to me, and everything else, including stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Thursday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s. Classic alternative this weekend.
Spring. It's certainly going to feel like it. Our high 83. It's going to be a breezy day today. There's a high fire danger. Now, there may be a sprinkle this afternoon associated with a cold front. That's going to knock us down to about 71 for the high tomorrow. So it's going to be a cool end to this work week and spring break. Warming back up, though, this weekend, back to the mid-80s. Our next chance of rain is next week. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Shoe Station.
Shoe Station is now open at Seminole Town Center in Sanford. Experience shoe shopping like never before with all the brands you love like Brooks, Birkenstock, Cole Haan, New Balance, Skechers, and more. Visit Shoe Station, now open at Seminole Town Center.
Folks, it is going to get hot out there. It's pretty nice right now, actually, but we're cruising into the heat of things in spring, and that means your AC is going to be under a lot more stress. And for summer coming around, forget about it. You need to make sure you're on top of things. It's easy, though. Mills Air. They're going to help you out. Leon Mills has hired the best out there. They all want to come work for Mills Air. Everybody at all these other places wants to come work for Mills Air. So you got the best techs that know every single kind of AC setup up and down. Plus, they're a Carrier factory authorized dealer. And while maybe that just sounds like a slogan or tagline or something, it can get you access to really big rebates, over $1,000, over $1,200 if you're going to get a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Give them a call at 407-277-1159 or find them online at millsair.com.
This is Noel from Stuff They Don't Want You to Know.
If you could lose 10.4 pounds in a single month, would you try? Well, with Future Health, you can.
That's right. Future Health gives millions access to affordable meds like Ozempic and semaglutide for less than $3 a day.
You just take a quick 3-minute survey, and if approved, boom, your meds are delivered right to your door within 24 hours for free.
I've personally used these medications and found that it really helped me get an edge on appetite suppression when paired with diet and exercise, something that I always struggled with.
Get this, there's also no insurance needed, so no insurance headaches, and everything is online, which means no doctor visits.
Find out if these medications are right for you in just 3 minutes at tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Results vary based on start weight and adherence to diet, exercise, and program goals.
Data based on independent studies sponsored by Future Health.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion.
Ron White, live.
If your eyes go bad, you can have LASIK surgery and they can give you 20/20 vision. But let me tell you something, folks. You can't fix stupid.
May 21st, inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock Tampa. On sale now at hardrocktampa.com or ticketmaster.com. Seminole Hard Rock Tampa. For mature audiences,
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Facing an injury is tough, but choosing the right attorney shouldn't be. I'm Mo DeWitt, your Orlando injury attorney. With my zero-fee guarantee, you won't pay a single dime unless we get you money for your injuries. No hidden costs, no upfront fees, just dedicated, hardworking lawyers when you need them the most. Why wait? If you're injured on the go, visit justcallmo.com or give us a call at 1-800-CALL-MO. It's that easy.
When it comes to restoring cars, Diego's got skills. And with Total Wireless in his corner, the whole world sees them. With the dual camera system on his new iPhone 13, he can take amazing car photos and post them on the fly with super fast 5G, and even turn this part-time hobby into a full-time gig. His claim to fame? Claiming iPhone 13 with 5G on us. Get iPhone 13 with 5G on us when you switch to the Total 5G Plus Unlimited 3-month plan. Total Wireless, in your corner. For a limited time while supplies last. Valid in store only. Requires port in and ID verification. Restrictions apply.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here. Look, when it comes to protecting your family and belongings, what's more important than the roof over your head? Not much. And that's why I go with the most experience out there with the best reviews. That's Eustace Roofing. Over 1,000 5-star reviews with a 4.9 Google rating with over 1,000 reviews. Providing all of Central Florida with quality roofing for over 65 years. And these guys are metal roofing experts, meaning they build it on site for perfect fit. And they even have no interest financing available. Visit eustaceroofing.com today and schedule your free estimate.
When it comes to repairing or replacing your roof, father and son know best. That's why FAS Exteriors is Orlando's #1 window, door, and roof contractor. You can count on fair pricing, install perfection, and customer satisfaction every time. When it's time for roof repairs or replacement, see for yourself why customers in Orlando trust the leader in FAS Exteriors. Because father and son really do know what's best. Schedule your free consultation now at FASWD.com. That's FASWD.com.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, spruce, spruce.
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting freshfromflorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
Broadcasting live from the world's most dysfunctional think tank. This is the news.
And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Thursday. That's all the stuff we do to end up the show, or to wrap things up at the end of a show, I guess I should say.
End up at the end of the show.
We have ended up at the end of a show. Here we are. We've arrived at the caboose of the show, if you will.
Choo-choo.
And it's been a fun time. So here's to all the soft people out there. I'm not hating on you, no shade.
So
just
squishy.
Kind of addressing things here. And to all the hard people, too. Everybody is welcome around
What's
here.
up,
Even
bro?
you straw sipping folks, those of you who cross your legs when you're sitting down, all of you on board here today. And if you missed any of the show, get the podcast on the website. All right, let's do it. Here we go. Time for the final dispatches.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
Here we go, everybody. Let's see who squeaks in at the end of the show here with their dispatches. You can always send yours. Going over to thenewsjunkie.com is how you start. Somebody saying you got to watch Interstellar. I want to. I don't know that Courtney wants to watch it because she thinks it's a big space movie, which
it kind of is.
It kind of is, but is very interesting.
it's beyond that, right? And from what I saw, the visuals are crazy on that movie. And
it'll take you like 2 days, though.
It's Christopher Nolan, so they really went to space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's, oh, God, budget. All right, here's Twin Pro talking about being a real man.
Let me tell you something. You ain't a real man if you use a straw. I agree with that. You also ain't a real man if you use a fork. I eat all my meals, including cereal, with a big old hunting knife.
It's dangerous.
I don't use plates and bowls neither. I eat off the sandpaper.
Yeah. The more uncomfortable you are, the more manly you are. That's
damn right.
what this has become. That's really cool.
Man.
Here's Sweaty Armpit Guy.
These are the final dispatches, and Sean is only gonna play one.
And that's how it goes.
Well, I'll tell you what, Sean. I believe the one thing that you're really good at killing, and you can do it with your bare hands, no doubt, is fish.
All right.
Tank slam.
Where did that come from?
Because you have a fish tank at your house.
Damn, got me. I haven't. A fish hasn't died in the tank in 3.5 years, 4 years. Got me.
You
though.
only have one though, and it's battery powered.
I got 3. I'm down to 3, but they're all. I don't want to get into fish talk.
Yeah.
Nobody wants me to get into fish talk.
Nope. How's Greg?
There's 3 fish. Greg came yesterday, and they're beautiful.
Did he
beautiful
show
fish.
up too?
He did. Yeah.
Nice.
When he's here in the hallway, I take care of him real quick for the services. But yeah,
nice.
You still owe him like $200 though.
They're all carnivores in the fish tank, so you can't just put some like beautiful fish that's not a carnivore in there. You got a big, beautiful grouper, got a trigger in there, and got a dogface pufferfish in there as well. Those are the ones we got right now. Last dispatch. Here is Cyrix. Hello.
Hey, News Junkies.
Hey.
Yeah, sorry, I'm a little behind here. I'm trying to get caught up on YouTube, but you guys were talking about 2 license plates in the front and the back.
Oh, my God, you're so behind.
I remember watching Dexter back in the day, and it was filmed in California, but it was supposed to take place in Miami, and the prop guys had brought license plates on all the all the cars.
Oh, okay. They screwed that up.
That and thinking that's not Florida.
Oh, I never noticed that.
I thought they did a really good job making that seem like Miami. When I watched them, I've watched almost every episode of Dexter with Courtney because she's watched it so many times. But I thought
just started my 3rd round.
It's good. It's good.
I love it. I was really into that original Sin show was great.
Mm-hmm. That was good. I like that a lot. I thought that was very, very well done. All right. Josh, maybe sometime you can watch these shows with us so we can have a little chit chat.
I've seen like 2 seasons. I just feel stupid that I thought they actually shot it in Miami up until just now. So
they fake all of this stuff.
Yeah,
they tell us they're
Miami,
in one place.
Not in Miami, but they just get the B-roll every once in a while.
You know what else is crazy? I heard this and I about lost it. The Martian was filmed on Earth.
No way, dude.
Yeah,
okay. Shut up with your fake news, dude.
I don't like it. It's crazy. But here we are. All right, the value of Elon Musk's platform X, according to The Guardian, has rebounded to the $44 billion price that he bought it at.
Nice.
I don't know if anybody's going to buy it, but they're saying that the value of Twitter is back to $44 billion, question mark, question mark. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Thursday, March 20th, 2025. Today I learned while attending the premiere for Saving Private Ryan,
Tom Hanks.
Mike Myers was tearing up after the movie because his parents fought in World War II. And at that very moment, the co-founder of DreamWorks came over to him and said, I have an idea for a movie that you should like.
But you see, your parents are like, how did that come into play? Princess Fiona? Or
No. It was just in those circumstances that he pitched the idea of Shrek. There's an ogre in a swamp, okay? The ogre eats onions, and there's a donkey. It's the whole thing.
Layered.
Today I learned George Clooney hung a photo of himself as Batman in his office as a reminder of what can happen
exact thing.
when you make movies solely for commercial reasons. And finally, today I learned this guy right here.
The Marilyn Manson.
Marilyn Manson is correct.
The Marilyn Manson.
Marilyn Manson once got a letter while in prison. Well, Got a letter from prison. It was from Charles Manson, who said that
uncle.
He was very upset with him, and he was not a fan, and the rest of it was kind of just nonsensical craziness.
Hey, man, you can't just take people's names, man.
Good old Charlie Manson. Hey, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow.
Thanks,
same
Josh.
time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.
Lane, a crash on Conroy Windermere Road at the Grove Drive. Traffic slowing down on some of the major roadways on the Turnpike southbound before Oakland Exchange. There's stop-and-go traffic on I-4 before US 27 and through that World Drive area. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676